I got 3 notifications from him about apps that he
We're live.
Are you
live? Conversations Plus. Tim Clary's just talking about his Facebook Farmville hatred. No, it's all good.
Yeah, I have some hatred for Facebook.
I mean, only here on Google would we have 5 strange guys had come together. That would never happen on Facebook.
Right. That would. You're right. Exactly right. It would never happen on Facebook.
Never happen. It would happen in real life. It would happen in real life.
Yes.
You could see us all at a convention or something, you know, photography or art or something.
Running into each other at a bar.
Yeah, that's true.
Rodney Pike, ladies and gentlemen.
Rodney Pike.
Rodney.
It's an artist hanging out. Hey, Rodney. Oh,
Rodney of the Starship Pike. How you doing?
We're giving out canvases.
What y'all got going?
Doing good, doing good.
How you doing, man?
Good.
Welcome to Conversations Plus. Rodney Pike is a caricature artist, and he does them well.
He's the caricature artist.
He's the only one I know of. Yeah.
Oh boy. Tom's fighting.
Aaron Wood does some propaganda stuff.
Yeah,
do something like that. He does characters of people versus celebrities now, right?
Wood does some celebrities.
Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not as hard on them as I used to be. I used Obama for the first 6 months to get some international exposure, and
yeah.
I take a little flack for them, but that's all right.
Yeah, did the death threats stop?
Yeah, for the most part.
I loved your Pelosi image. That's still my favorite, I think.
Pelosi, which one? I did a few of her.
The trash can one.
Yeah. Rejected. That's when she
love that image.
Yeah, that was for freakingnews.com. It's the current news Photoshop contest website. So that was, in fact, I don't know if you noticed in the background, I actually put together a newspaper. It said Freaking News was the headline, but the headline story was Pelosi polled that she was less popular than BP, and that was back during the bad spill and all.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad. So.
Nice. Scott, you do some amazing work, man.
Oh, thank you.
Now, you're a photographer, and then you go in and you alter the images to add more detail to them, or
only Aaron would watch them. Sure, no?
I had to watch Alien Special Edition on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
great movie.
You had to catch up with Prometheus.
Yeah. Am I allowed to show this, or will we get in trouble?
Whatever. I just got fired. Yeah, but hey, so if you guys want to, since you're all pretty much artists, I mean, you guys can all screen share, and I could be in the middle of your screen share if you want to all put your art up, and we'll all talk about it, or just Scott, or not.
Oh,
I can put something up if you want.
Put stuff up. Scott, you put some of your pictures up for.
Got something on my screen right now.
And if you want to screen share, even some nipples, as long as they're artistic. Artistic nipples are okay.
I have artistic nipples.
I'll try to pull some down here.
My nipples are artistic.
You want some nudes? I can show my nude set if you want.
I could sketch some boobs real quick.
What do you mean? We're all right here. You don't need to sketch us.
What?
So this is in theaters tomorrow. Y'all got to go see it, all right?
California 90420.
Yeah, it's playing. I'm sure it's starting at the same times at all theaters. Should be starting at 4:20. The debut.
I think Super Dave Houdini might be there. Oh wait, he left. Oh.
Where?
Johnny Rockmore might be there. Lucas.
Did Super Dave finally leave the West Coast? Is he ever gonna go home?
I think he did. Super Dave.
That guy's been on the road basically since the New York hurl.
I think so.
I mean,
some kind of vagabond.
So, Scott.
Yeah.
I see. I was messing with Matthew earlier, telling him his headshot must have been touched up. I see it's on your page, so this is really making me think that maybe Put some magic on it. Cleaned it up a little bit.
Oh, Aaron, what do you got going on there? Are those new?
Yeah, those are
No,
new.
that's just my natural, amazing good looks.
Yeah, those are new. I'm going to be hawking those this weekend at Boston Comic Con.
Those aren't
Nice.
hobby.
Hey, how did Chicago go? I was following
it's
you
all fair.
through a little bit, but
Chicago was phenomenal.
Did you
really,
meet Steven Vargas?
I did not meet Stephen Vargas
Oh,
there.
wow.
I had 3 people come up to my table from Google Plus that were new on
cool.
Google Plus.
Who
Yeah.
are they? Oh, Nikki?
God, I have to check and see.
Isn't it like Nikki Crone that's there?
Rhonda, a
April
woman named
Summers.
Rhonda, and another guy and another girl came up. And sorry, I can't remember your guys' names. I'm totally terrible with names. I remember Rhonda did though. But it was cool. I did great. Sold out of my Doctor Who poster, sold out of the Bacon poster, and sold a ton of stuff.
Do you have all that stuff too to show Doctor Who, Bacon?
I do. I can show those.
My daughter's a huge Doctor Who fan.
Oh, no, I love the new stuff. I'm glad that they. I watched some of the old stuff too, but.
Have you
Glad
watched
they
the
did.
new Sherlock?
No,
Oh,
I
that's
have
great.
not.
I love
It
the
is
new Sherlock.
phenomenal.
Have they done
Wow.
the season 2 yet? I haven't. I saw the first 3.
Yeah, season
Wow.
2. I have season 2. Watched it. It's very good. Cliffhangs you again, of course. Well, not as hard.
I didn't see it when it was on TV.
Well, yeah, I didn't either. But
There's-
it can be acquired.
There's
Yeah.
rumors that
I'm not
it
good
might
at
tie into
comparing.
Doctor Who, actually.
Oh, right, interesting.
Yeah, that's my Doctor Who poster that I came up with.
That's very cool. I bought my daughter one that's got a Dalek, and it says "To Victory," and it's a war poster from like the 40s and 50s.
Saw that hanging on the wall of one of the booths. I walked right by. They had all these Matt Smith posters and David
Mhm.
Tennant posters, and that one was right in the middle, like
Love that.
24 by 36. It's beautiful. Beautiful stuff.
It's hanging in her room.
Hey, Aaron, do you print all your own stuff? How do you do your prints?
I actually have a little place in town that within 24 hours they'll get me prints. They've got a nice digital press that they bang everything off on, and
Cool.
yeah, it's great. I used to actually work for them, so it's nice to have that connection.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's nice to know when they're pulling the wool over your eyes, too.
And that's my Bacon poster that I came up with,
Nice.
which I'm still waiting on Urban Outfitters to send me a proof for that.
Yeah, right. Urban Outfitters. You think anyone that shops there eats bacon? Give me a break.
I got to meet what's his name? Holy crap!
I love how you're excited about who you met. And you have no
We
idea.
should just start throwing names at you. Really quick. Jorgen Prochnow?
I love the fact that you met Ben Dover.
I met him
Awesome.
twice.
I heard about that.
Wow, I'm having a total senior moment right now.
Ingve
You
Malmsteen?
met Fermunda? Fermunda my balls?
Oh my god, total brain fart.
Hey, I have nipples I can show you.
John Cusack,
Oh.
ladies and gentlemen. I met
Oh
John
yeah,
Cusack.
what was it like to meet
Oh, that's cool.
It was terrible to
Lloyd-
meet John Cusack.
what's his name?
Lloyd Dobler.
Dobler there.
I woke up at 6 a.m. or got to the convention.
Oh, I was going to say next to him in bed. That would have been a better story.
That would have been good.
Double Coyote Ugly.
That would've been weird.
Can't talk to you.
Was the 80th person in line out of 100 to get a ticket that told you where to meet him and what time to meet him at.
Spooky.
When-
Serendipity?
Yeah, I watched all his movies, so I was waiting too. That was cool. Met him, but there was no photography. You could get one item signed, and at the beginning they were only telling us we could sign the Poe poster for his new movie, for his Edgar Allan movie. And I'm like, what the hell? I waited like 4 hours for this guy to just have him sign one stupid poster. So then they came back and they said one item you could get signed, and they were taking personalizations. And they put a little stick-it note on whatever you wanted signed. So I got him to sign the iPad cover. And it was like, walk up, say hello. I'm like, hey, John, I love your stuff. High Fidelity, top 10 favorite movie of all time. Went in for the handshake. He had the silver Sharpie in his signing hand, his shaking hand. So he gave me the opposite hand, so we did one of these. But it was the most gentle, like the man was so soft-spoken and gentle. It was like, I don't know, he was just blew my mind. And then I walked away and noticed he didn't even personalize it. But I have his name.
Bastard.
And it looks crappy. It's like a J with scribbles after it, but
Right.
I got to meet him. If there's any actor I adore, it's got to be Cusack, and you know, he just
He said what? He said what to you?
he basically didn't say much except like thank you.
Gave him the
Did he even look
opposite
up
hand
from? Did he
handshake.
even look up?
Yeah, he did. He looked up at me. The girl before me was probably in her early 20s, and she had a book of the Grifters. And he looked at it and said, "Oh, wow, this is old." And she goes, "It got me through college." And then he signed it and handed it back to her, and she said, "Thanks." And then she walked away, and then I came up, said what I said, and he said, "Thanks," and did this, and away I went. But
Wow.
Yeah.
4 hours for.
and his publicist, huge, tall, gray-haired gentleman. He had to have been like 6'6", just standing there.
You sure that wasn't his bodyguard?
No, it was his publicist because supposedly the publicist wasn't allowing photography. Oh. Oh.
Did he look particularly fat that day?
No.
Is that why?
You know what?
That's
My
a great
girlfriend asked me
shot.
that too.
Yeah,
My girlfriend.
that's
Oh, that's
cool.
a wicked nice shot.
God, that's so
There
creepy.
we go.
Okay, so there's a story here.
Alright.
Wow.
There's a story here. So this is a model I've shot more than any other model. And she's in a lot of my pictures, but you probably don't recognize her because I wanted a really weird pose.
Mhm.
So what's happening is she'd come to the studio and we'd shoot, and then she would pass out. And she'd pass out all the time.
Okay.
And so we did this shot. So it says nipples in it. And what it turns out is she has leukemia.
Oh man!
So
Wow.
I did this as like a shot to show that she's still beautiful, you know, on the inside, even though the outside is going to hell in a handbasket.
Oh, poor girl.
Wow, that's
Outside
pretty
looks-
crazy.
But the outside
She's
looks
actually
fine.
since in remission since then, so she's fine and dandy now. But she was in the military, so she had to give up her military career and the whole thing.
Wow,
No, that's
that's a powerful image.
Now, you could really do something
Incredible eyes.
to a cause for her and not. No, I mean, I don't know if she wanted to.
I don't know. It's one of those images a lot of people look at and go, I don't know that I like it. It's really weird. I'm like, yeah, it was
Well,
interesting
It
to
doesn't need
create.
a leukemia. Yeah, leukemia adds to it, but
I think with that bit of knowledge behind the scenes, it just adds that other layer to it that I think we as creative types can kind of, appreciate a little more.
Yeah, you kind of look through the nudity and say, well, it's a neat picture. I wanted freaky eyes. I wanted it to
Eyes
be
are
really,
amazing.
really.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, I opened those suckers up, and she's like this, and I said, yeah, I want something amazingly not normal.
Yeah.
And then, so I had these shots. And the reason that I took this image is because her makeup was weird, and I just wanted something interesting. And I actually didn't do anything with the picture for almost 6 months. And then when she found out she had leukemia, that's when I went back and revisited. I did another one for another model. This one.
Mm.
That looks good cropped like that too.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So this model had. She's one of my duct tape models. I did a duct tape competition, and we won. Let me see if I can find the duct tape picture first. And we won the competition, and then later on I found out that she has to have hip surgery on both sides.
Mm.
And she's like 24,
Wow. Like total replacement or just?
I didn't ask the specifics on it.
Okay.
But okay, so it's close to here. Where is it? So this is the duct tape picture we did. So it's her wrapped in duct tape. We put lotion on her skin first, so the duct tape will come off eventually. And you can see it's kind of peeling off here, but it didn't peel off where it was most important for it to peel off. Let me just say that it was very painful to watch that come off.
just on the circle is complete.
There you go.
Body
But,
painter.
So the background duct tape and then the foreground duct tape, I added it in post because I wanted there to be a foreground and a background element to kind of complete the picture. And then the texture, obviously this was just shot on gray paper. So when we were done, then I have all these extra pictures of her that weren't great or whatever. When I heard she was having that, I decided to kind of make like a painful image. So I put together a bunch of the hair from a lot of the different pictures, and then kind of messed it up. Scarred the picture up significantly to come up with this. So I kind of like it. It's another one of those. I did it because I appreciated what the model had done. It just kind of, help me, offer something.
Yeah. Well, you get a lot of models with these really powerful stories.
Well, they all have a story. You just got to ask them, and a lot of people like to stay above the drama, which is probably a good idea.
Yeah.
But every so often, I'm like, I really wanted to know, what was going on with you? Where have you been? Oh, well, I had, hip surgery on one side, and it went okay, and now I'm going in for another one, and I'm like, go, So I'm back, I'm like, can I find a picture for her? Can I cheer her up,
Yeah.
Interesting. Hey, Paul's a body painter. Paul, as a body painter, what is your, and a photographer, what's your take on his work? And, because he does a lot of stuff where he photoshops to make it look like there's makeup and stuff, but it looks like it could have been body painted. I don't know if you've seen some of his work.
Yeah, Scott does fantastic post-production.
Yeah.
I love his work.
Paul was one of my proofreaders for my book, actually.
Nice. Paul, have you ever seen one of his pieces and thought maybe it was body painted, or you always knew it was shopped?
No, I'm usually pretty good at telling stuff apart. I look real close, and I can pull things apart.
Has anyone ever thought that some of your body paint was photoshopped?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah,
That's what people mostly think.
Yeah.
Because it's the digital age. Nobody would ever think that it was done by
Taking
hand.
time to do it.
No one believes any picture these days.
Yeah.
I remember Aaron Wood pointed out that the Joker that he not just skateboarding over Batman was a fake.
Yeah. that crushed a few people.
Trust me.
Paul told him that he doesn't even own a computer, right?
Yeah. Paul's using his mind.
I don't own a computer, headphones.
How is he here right now?
headset, I don't.
The toaster, it's a
I
really
don't
fancy
own.
toaster.
I don't own glasses. I don't.
You own Project
CDs
Toaster. That's
or
awesome.
DVDs.
Paul was the first one to try Project Toaster.
Paul is like Tupac. He's the Tupac hologram.
It's a blend tech. It's, will it blend?
Oh, did you guys hear that the Tupac hologram wasn't really a hologram? It was just a fake.
It's a rear projection.
It was really him. Yeah, he was just hidden somewhere. He's not dead.
It's not a...
Kenny Powers is not dead either. So.
People always misuse the word hologram.
I know.
What was it?
It was a rear projection onto a semi-transparent screen, so it looked.
Yeah.
It looked
it was
like a hologram.
Yeah, it was stupid.
There it
It's
is.
the same way they did the ghosts at the haunted mansion at Disney World.
Yeah.
Oh, don't tell me
exactly.
that. Don't tell me
Ruins.
that.
Oh.
ARC.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I see.
Spoiler alert for a ride?
But I like the effect of that.
I want to know how the pirate ride ends. But I haven't watched the last movie yet, so I don't want to
Not
know.
good if your name is Bend Over.
Don't see it, Scott. It's not good. You know what? Watch the next one when it comes out, if it's good, and then go back and watch the other one.
Good to know.
Yeah. It was okay. It was too long and no real memorable characters. Except for that Jack guy, whoever. Jack Falcon.
Jack Palance?
Jack Palance.
No.
One arm
Jack
push-up.
Palance, very memorable character.
Yeah, hey RC, if you want to share anything you can, I mean that's cool. And it's with Scott as our guest, Jason jumped in, and anyone that wants to share photos or
Yeah, man, no worries. I was just kind of catching. I'm just trying to close browser windows here.
Oh yeah,
Just got a little bit nuts with the browser.
RC, you should have been ready to go as soon as you got in here.
Oh,
everything
yeah.
Aaron Wood says is garbage.
Yeah, that doesn't happen all that often with me.
Yeah. That's right. RC does not say garbage all the time.
So
He says
RC, do
good
you
stuff.
enjoy photography or music better? Can you choose?
I enjoy photography. I think a lot more. I get to do photography a lot more than I do music. So I miss music.
Yeah.
I just kind of look behind me and go, man. At one point, man, I'll just get back to it and I'll do something with it. But for
So
now,
do you guys have music that you guys like to play when you're working? Is there any one particular band or music or track, or do you switch it up? Anyone? Scott, I'm gonna start with you. Is there anything that pops in?
I have a down tempo station on Pandora that I listen to. It's like Deadmau 5 and Boards of Canada and Moby and just it's whatever. It's down tempo, but it's there and it's fairly loud, and my wife runs a daycare on the floor above me. So during the day when I'm down here coding or whatever, you hear, and then it's her turn. She used to have a rocking horse right above me, so it sounded like it's creaky spring, so it sounded like a bunch of newlyweds were above my office all the time. I'm on the phone here. Come on, seriously.
Nice. And that inspires you to be dark and angry and.
Well, no, it's there, and it's not so much words. It's something to listen to, and otherwise I'll get a part of a song stuck in my head and I just repeat it all the time. I call it an aneurysm hum, although I'm sure it has a technical term.
Earworm.
Earworm, yes.
Have
So
you guys
I
ever-
get that stuck.
Have you ever done that where you put one song on repeat while you're working on one piece, or no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes.
To make you.
Anne Rice, I was reading Anne Rice, I listened to a lot of Enya.
There you go. Sail Orinoco Flow and so.
Although that's just, I forget what
Only
Dick
Justin
it
Bieber.
was.
Well, that I could predict, Paul. That was predictable. That's why you always draw Mickey Mouse fans on your paintings.
Scott, I don't want to be the jerk in the hangout more than I already am, but it's Dead Mouse, not Dead Mouse 5. Asshole! I know. Look at me. Look at me.
You know what's funny is I just discovered them on my Pandora thing like 4 days ago, so I never heard of them before.
Nice.
So I just
he's
saw.
great. But I don't want you to be the unhip guy in the room, you know. You go like
you
to the
can
kids
go
down at the
yeah.
local coffee shop.
You guys into the Dead Now 5? Is that oh, that's because it's a communist.
You know what? Deadmau 5 is a cooler name.
Yeah, it's a communist group. It's
Seriously, I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna recommend? They change it.
I'm sure that'll work.
I gotta make a shop at Deadmau 5 now. I totally gotta do that.
You're all good.
He's actually a really great photographer too. He shoots quite a bit. He'll go out and shoot 500-600 images a day.
Wow.
He shoots Canon gear and he kind of collects gear and he's a funny guy.
Okay, so trivia question: who is this woman?
That's your wife.
That's my wife.
Wow.
I'm checking out your wife.
Nice.
With that, Scott, you can call Deadmau 5 whatever you want.
Damn right.
And they have 2 kids, teenagers, but 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
She runs a lot just so she can be.
Well played, sir. Well played.
Yes.
Is that what she
So-
used to, she always look like that, or that's with the age?
No, she's always been hot. So here's the funny thing. Every day she makes the daycare kids lunch upstairs, and so I get whatever they're eating. So if it's corn dogs or whatever, but she always makes a little something extra. So she'll make a little, like today they had chicken that was left over from the grill last night. So she'll make me like chicken salad, and then she'll make like a bed of lettuce, and then put like some little tomatoes, make like a smiley face or something. So she makes me this lunch and she brings it down every day, and I take a picture of it with my crappy Android camera, which I hate. And the word hate can't be, it's on all capital letters. I hate
I have a
cameras.
crappy iPhone camera.
God, I hate this camera. So I take a picture and I just put it under my desk lamp and I just take a picture. Just a picture. Light it like crap. And then I post it on my Facebook. And I say, Wonder Wife makes lunch today, and they explain what lunch is. So there's this huge following of models now who want to meet Wonder Wife. So every time I post a picture, like, oh my God, adopt me. And all these photographers like, dude, she's hot and she cooks. And I'm like, yeah, and she's summa cum laude in college, and oh my God, she is Wonder Wife. So it's so funny. So if you look at my Facebook page, it's full of horrible food photography.
Hey, Scott.
Because she says, I don't want you to set up lights. I want you to take it with your stupid phone.
Just out of curiosity, is your wife awake right now? Can we say hi?
Is she what?
Is your wife awake right now?
No, she's at a friend's house watching Grey's.
Oh, she watches Grey's Anatomy. You didn't mention
Thursday
that.
nights is Grey's night. She
night.
goes over there and does Grey's, and I don't watch Grey's. I don't watch TV, actually, at all. That's a good point. I watch no TV.
No TV? None at all?
None at all.
Oh,
Except
wow.
Doctor
Never
Who, right?
You were just
No,
talking
no,
about Dr.
my
Who
daughter
2 seconds
does.
ago.
I watch
Sherlock?
I watched Sherlock, but I watched it on my monitor here while I work.
Oh, so you watch like Hulu
You
and
watch
Netflix?
programs.
No, I think that's
Oh,
the
yeah,
only thing I've watched.
Bending space and time.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing I've watched is the I know I've watched 3 seasons of Dexter, but I watch it on my treadmill. So in the morning I get up and I run, I watch it on the treadmill. But otherwise, I don't watch any TV. I have
Do you
no
feel like
TV
you're
on.
running away from certain death? Is that why it helps? Like he's chasing you with the knife?
No, Dexter's a good guy.
Yeah, he makes mistakes.
It's a good show.
It's
It is
well,
a great show.
Dexter.
It had some bad seasons, but it's decently good.
I'm morally opposed to it. Sorry.
John Lithgow.
So's my wife.
Probably the best. Morally opposed. Why?
But don't talk about though, because I'm only in season 3. So like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Look out on that one, I
Season
can
3?
remember. That was
Everybody
Isn't
dies.
season 3 the one with Jimmy Smits?
It's the one where he has a baby, or she has a baby.
Jimmy Smits, right?
Jimmy Smith's baby. She has Jimmy Smith as a baby.
I'm
What?
only like 2 or 3 or things into it. So don't talk about it.
Okay.
All right.
Move along.
I'll tell you
Okay,
the worst season.
Scott.
All right. What?
At the end, the ship sinks, and he's his own father. I ruined it.
No, that's Lost. Oh.
Oh.
Not Penny's boat.
Wait, what do you mean he's his own father? He's not his own father.
Oh, some type of time travel. Everyone should be watching Game of Thrones. That's all I
Oh
have
God!
to say.
Don't. If
I've
you say one
got
word
it, I
about
just
Game of
haven't
Thrones, I'm out of here.
What? Oh,
I haven't seen any of season 2 yet.
oh,
Have you ever tried to read the? Have you ever tried to read the book? Read the book?
yeah, I'm.
Yeah, I read. Well, actually, I listened to the first one on tape after I saw this season.
I have tried 3 different times to read the damn book, and
Mm.
I swear I need Vizio to keep track of all the freaking characters he throws at you in the first 20 pages. All right, whose wolf is what's kid's brother's son's aunt's brother's roommate? Do I care about?
Oh, you saw
Oh, yeah.
Spaceballs too? Sweet.
I
Nice.
love Spaceballs. Great.
Jason,
no
what do you got
Spaceballs
going
2.
on there? That's
Wait, Spaceballs 3 is Surfer Spaceballs 2 and 1. So, Jason, what you got there, Jason?
This is a recent shoot. This is my most recent shoot.
hmm
I went out uncharacteristically with no help because to not turn away shooting someone that we had talked about shooting for a while, I decided that to put it off just because I didn't have an extra pair of hands around that day would be ridiculous. So I dove in, and it's part of what we came up with.
And that's not your wife, right?
No.
No.
That's cool.
This, interestingly enough, was shot just moments before these here. It's just a little bit of a different look. And then that's the main shot, what we worked on throughout the afternoon.
I like images that are blown out like that with lens flare and stuff.
Yeah.
I do too.
It was great that I was able to come away with a piece that could easily fit for a commercial type of an image. And there was just me, just her, and just the sun in the right spot, and the rest we added afterwards. And
Wow.
I was pretty happy with
Great
it.
shot. Yeah.
I almost didn't do the shoot, and that's
Mm.
Yeah. Speaking of hot, yeah, she's kind of hot. Not that matters. Not that matters whether your wife is hot or not. But we've been talking about wives. Only one. The only wife I know we've been talking about is Scott's. What is? Anyway, it's everyone has to know what
I was
happened.
just saying, I was just like, this is turning into the show me your wife hour.
Show me your wife. I would say what? There's only Paul's married, and there's not a lot of married. Most of us, 3 or 4 of us.
I think 99% of males on G Plus are actually unmarried. It's a fact.
Wow, you have great data. Where did you get your data from? You've done the research.
99% of males
For
that
the
use
record.
it on a daily basis.
My
99%
wife
males.
watches shows, so for the record, I'm married.
Oh.
yeah.
Hi.
I'm like, I don't want to get in trouble.
And she's hot. Really
My
hot.
wife is tiny. She's black, and she has Nikon stamped across.
Oh my God, coffee! You
I
married
have a
your
red
coffee
stripe.
mug.
I thought I'd show this picture. This is kind of a bad example, but this is one of those where I like this picture. I like the pose. It was lit not well, and it's against a black drape, which I never shoot against. So this was horrible conditions. Not my lights, not my backdrop, but I love the model and I love the outfit. So I did is I messed with it later in Photoshop to try and save it. And I actually kind of like what I did with it, but it's very different.
Mm.
So I tried to turn it into a story more.
Ah, okay.
That's
So
cool.
light the lantern.
Yeah.
dodge and burn the crap out of her.
Again, your wife?
No, this is a woman. Actually, this lady is she owns a landscape company, but she is one hell of a wardrobe designer as a hobby, and she should seriously consider doing it for a living. Let's see if I can find another one of her shots. Like freakishly skillful attention to detail.
Wow.
So every time I have a chance to shoot with her, I totally do it because she's always got some totally freaky, amazing outfit.
We've got some really interesting subjects out there in Middle America.
All we have is corn and beer and bikes and stuff.
Interesting people, though.
Cheese.
Really interesting people.
I was just out there, and it's weird out there. Just flat and lots of...
Did you
Not
even drive?
Fargo,
Did you?
though, man. Fargo is freaking flat.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
went...
God.
we did Wisconsin and Illinois, and went up until the Milwaukee area. So, but it's just compared to where I am in Massachusetts, it's just flat, and there's farms and cheese everywhere.
Here's another image. This is the girl with leukemia.
Oh.
Okay. So this is for Fredericks of Hollywood, actually. So I wanted to do something creative with this. Now, this is how my shots typically look. Do you see how much attention I put into the background? I mean, it's like, I don't even care. As long as she's covered by the paper, I really don't care.
Yep.
And that's what I did with it.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's because you were going to do that.
Yeah, I didn't care. Well, but the thing is, I didn't know at the time what I was going to do with it.
Yeah.
It's just one of those...
Did you knock a couple of pounds off her, too? Or am I...
well, you got to do a couple things. A woman's breasts are comma-shaped, and they attached in the armpit, and so you always get the armpit, the JJ there, so you got to take that out. And, no, not really.
Oh.
No,
Oh, now that you pointed that out,
You've ruined the magic.
all models have it unless they're stick skinny, and even then they're like Shar-Pei puppies. The skin is there.
My girlfriend takes pictures of people and then does work on them and says, yeah, I got to take this out and that out. I'm like, oh, you're right. Yeah, that really does exist on people and should be in photos.
I don't agree. I mean, I don't think so. I think that it's ridiculous that people that are really skinny, if they have a little job of a pocket of a belly or a piece of fat here or there, or whatever.
People don't want to see it.
No. The thing is that I won't take it out. 99% of the time.
Right. No, I understand why it's taken out. I'm just saying.
If your eye goes to it and the model's going to go, God, I look fat. Then you're like, well, I didn't figure it out.
Wow.
Like here's a model who, for instance, she doesn't have it. She didn't have it to begin with.
Well, it's the angle of the...
Well, the thing
arm,
is, it's the
too.
pose. Put the arm back. When you pose a woman and you're going to shoot them from the side, get the elbow back, or you're going to get, then they all have it. The breast is comma shaped. It's going to pucker up in there. It's just the nature of the beast. Literally, haha.
Wow. It's the nature of the beast.
Trying to find. Okay, so this is Twig. So Twig is the name of the girl who does this. This is the tall one I was talking about before. I mean, look at, she made all this outfit.
Wow.
For this tribal shoot. All the way down to like these little details. Like she has this little turtle shell. It's not showing up in this shot.
Let's see it there.
Oh, I see the top of it there.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. Wow, that's cool.
She just makes all this stuff. She like sits at home and she runs a landscape company. I mean, she's 6 foot something.
Yeah, she looks kind of Amazonian there.
Eats like a machine. But like, oh, you're a model. You must not eat. And she's like, no, actually, I own a landscape company and I work my ass off. I'm like,
Right.
this is,
Literally
by a
works her
6
ass
foot
off.
tall Amazon.
Nice. We do have people watching. Tim is doing a nice job. Thanks, Tim, for moderating a little bit.
Yeah, I was just,
Jumping in there. Momo Adachi, we're photographers and art, and this is the post show to Ham Conversations, which is probably up right now for you to check out. Check that out with Scott and me and Jason. Beverly Rivera says, how long does it take to finish a piece when drawing, painting, sketching? And I know, Tim, you answered it depends on a lot of factors, but when it comes to like length of time, do you guys prefer pieces where you can take your time, or do you guys like commission things where you kind of have to like bust your butt to do it and get it done, or any preferences?
I like fresh.
I think it goes both ways.
I work
I
Monday.
don't have time.
It's nice to
I don't have time to work. If I can't get it, I'd love to be able to work on something that's going to take 4 hours to be able to do it. But if I can't do it in an hour, I just can't do it. I don't. There's a passion project and there's a work project, and at the end of the day, I look at stuff from a work standpoint, and I love to shoot. I think it's great to be able to shoot. I think it's good to be able to work on specific projects, but sometimes I look at people that are like, oh, it took me 6 hours to work on this one project, and I'm like, that's way too long for you to work on a project. I'm like, 6 hours is something. If you can't work on it, if it takes you 6 hours to work on a project, you need to go back to school. I'm like, you can.
What happens if they're getting like 10 grand from that one project though, and they can take the time to do 6 hours and just...
that's the art professional. If you're getting 10 grand for 6 hours, and you knock it out in one, you never tell them.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much how I work. If I charged by my hourly rate, I'd be poor, because I tend to work quick. So I learned long ago. Someone's like, well, how many hours is it going to take you? And I'm like, in my mind, this is only going to take me half an hour. I got to start charging a flat rate, or else I'd put myself out of business.
And you know what? It's like there's the old adage when you're working with most of that stuff, where people take a look at artwork, people take a look at photography, people take a look at anything that's like art based and things like that. It's like you never really pay. If I were making widgets, you pay me by the hour. I'm not making widgets. Right. It's like
I had a teacher one time that used to like to say, if anybody asked her how long it took her to do a piece, she would say 25 years. It took me that long to learn skills needed to do it. And she would say that about a 5-minute sketch. Like that took me 25 years to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like just to get back to it from a question standpoint, it's like it's nice to be able to work on something, and sometimes things, sometimes there's certain shoots and things like that tedium where you have to do stuff that does take a while. Like if you have to do like a pour by pour, retouch, then it's going to take a while. And it's fact of the matter is it's going to do that. But on the average, like I'm not the guy who sets up a cup of coffee and goes, I'm here till 3 o'clock in the morning working on this. I'm like, no. The music comes on, the job comes on, and it's my job to just kind of get it in and get it out, get it in and get it out.
Yeah.
It's good to have deadlines, because honestly, without deadlines, sometimes you can tend to work on something too long. I mean, who hasn't sat and tweaked and played?
Oh God! Oh yeah.
Come back to it. Is it done? Is it not done? Sometimes you need the motivation. Just get it done.
Yeah, get that light. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you know when it's coming. Though, to have a deadline, you've got a week to set up this book, to lay this out, to get this illustration done.
Yeah, you're always going to look at your final projects and say, anytime you walk away from something and you come back and look at it with a fresh set of eyes, you're going to say, oh, I could do this and we should do this now.
Every time I get a project from my boss, I basically say to him, how long do I have to do this gift wrap? Do you need this today or tomorrow? I'm going to gauge. That way I'm not sitting there meandering on it for, 3 days and they needed it a day ago. So
that's when Crystal Method comes on, or Dead Mouth 5, and you just knock it out.
That's when Bustin' Jeeber comes on.
Bustin' Jeeber.
Bustin' Jeeber, busting out of that.
One of my favorite quotes is from Bill Gates. Actually, said, at least I think he said, "Constraint causes creativity." So he'll give his development team a very, very small amount of time to do something impossible, and they have to do it in such a small amount of code. And I love that, because when you have a time constraint and you've got to there's no way you're going to get it done, you find a creative way to do it. And some of the greatest inventions have been created at that point.
I always say there's a workaround for everything, and you got to find it. If you have a file that doesn't open, or you got something that's horribly put together file, and I got to put it into. I design gift wrap, so I have to put it into repeat. You got to kind of open up your brain, your skill set, and try to get it done fast. You're under a time constraint. Exactly. You put a time constraint on it, and you're going to get that job done by hook or by crook.
That's what kind of happened with the book. I'm working on the book forever, and they said, okay, got to have it in by the 14th. The final edit in by the 14th. So I'm like, oh, okay, I want to redo the table of contents because I want to show a picture of each image that's in it. I want to add some, like I talk about some of my sharpening techniques, and there's a couple lighting diagrams I want to improve. So I'm like, I'm just going to go back. I'm going to get them done, but I got to get it done now. So I tell my wife, I'm the next 3 nights, do whatever you're doing because I am going to be in the basement working on this book because I got to get it done by the 14th. I would have blown it off, just like I did for the last 6 months. I mean, how long have I been saying I'm going to have that thing done? And I didn't do it. I just blew it off. It's so many other fun things to do than English.
I got to put together my Kickstarter book now. That ended. I finished that, and now I've laid it all out and got a quote from the printer, and I'm going to go ahead with it. But I want to put a little blurb on each opposite page that says what each poster's about, what a little behind the scenes, and it's just I've started to do that, but I know that people are waiting to get the book printed so I can give the sponsors their copies and everything. But then again, I know it's going to take 2 or 3 weeks to get the book printed and assembled and hardcovered and bound and all that. So, I just got to kind of buckle down and do it because the faster I get it done, the faster my sponsors get their finished copy, and I'm not looking like a deadbeat.
So RC, I gave Kelby an opportunity to say, would they like to carry this book or whatever, and they weren't interested. So I went to Peach Pit, and they weren't interested. So Trey said he would take it. So.
Oh, nice. Let me see it. Let me take a look. That's cool.
So toss over to him, and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to do my skin retouching video finally. I've got it about 3/4 of the way done.
Nice. Nice. It looks pretty good, dude.
Trying to do some what do I call it, recurring revenue things. Leverage.
How long is it taking to do the book so far?
In real time, I could have written it in about a month and a half, but it probably took me closer to 6 months to write it.
Don't say longer than 6 hours. He's going to send you back to school.
The thing is that I write like they talk, and my wife is a grammar Nazi, and it drives her absolutely nuts. She leaves my work. She's like, "How can you write? You're switching tenses." And I'm like, I don't care. It sounds better that way. Like I shot it then, but I'm retouching it now, right?
Yeah, but you know what?
So I'm
that's the hard
switching
part.
tenses.
That's the hard part about doing books like this. It's like, it's there by the grace. Now, like I have a degree in English. Like I was an English teacher, like in high school when I first started. And we have, at Kelby Media Group, we have our own internal teams. Like we have our own internal copy editors, layout editors, technical editors, proofers. We have our own organization. So everything is done in-house. So when I work on something, I've got like a team of editors that are looking at it. And they usually come back and go, "Didn't you go to school for this?" Like, you have a degree in this stuff.
You taught minds?
You taught people this stuff. And I'm like, you know what? My job's to come up with the content. Your job's to check spelling. Go check spelling.
Yeah, it was tense switching, and then I was getting really aggressive with, how many steps do you show? How many pictures do you really need? And some of these chapters were really long, and I'm like, you don't need to see every freaking step. If I say you drop a mask to mask out this part, that's good enough, right? Well, then I'm like, maybe you do want to see the mask. So I'm like, how can I combine the mask and the curve together to show you what I'm doing? So I tried to make it kind of like a step-by-step, but I didn't want to write a beginning-level book either. I didn't want to write a book that if you're new to Photoshop, this is a book for you, because it's not. There's some fairly advanced topics in there. I talk about blend modes a lot. I talk about using some of the weirder internal functions. I don't use plugins at all, by the way. I don't use any plugins. Everything I do is right off comes in the box.
Purist.
Well, not like because it's cool. It's just I have never found a plugin that I thought was, I own all the Topaz products because I want them. And I have used Topaz DJPEG because I've been given a bad original and I had to work on, taking the crap out of it. and I've used their fractal enlargement package because I wanted to print something and it wasn't big enough. But otherwise, yeah, I really don't use any plugins. You can, I mean, a plugin is really just doing something you can do in Photoshop, but it saves you a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, because somebody basically went through and made that plugin using Photoshop stuff to make it, you know.
Right. So it's like a glorified action to save you time. And I guess if you're, we talked about this, Jason and I talked about this before, but we kind of just tip of the iceberg. If you're using the same Photoshop action every time you're doing a picture, you're kind of losing the whole goal of, you know, this is a sad image, this is a happy image, this is a solemn image, this is you know, whatever. I always like my pictures to be super sharp and a halo around everything and black and white HDR. You know, that's my style. You know, well, not every picture deserves that. Some pictures deserve a different treatment, and I think what we see is so many people who they use these presets inside of what's the HDR package again? Photomatics. They use the presets inside of Topaz. I have a friend of mine, Jim, who will use. He has 7 plugins inside of On1 or Topaz. Adjust. Then he goes, okay, I use this one, then I use this one, and I use this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, and then it's done. And then I go on to the next one. And I'm like, but okay, that image looked great before you started. Now it looks like ass. You know, I don't like that now. He says, well, you don't have to like it. It's not your style. I go, but dude, it was a great picture. And now it's not a great picture. Maybe every picture doesn't need that. Now, that picture, that looks okay. That picture didn't need that. So it's one of those, I think people with Photomatics do the same things. I always like the low band mixer, high contrast, super earthy world thing, and it looks like crap.
I just use the same filter on Instagram all the time, and my pictures look like money.
Well, you know, Instagram is a different creature, though, because you're talking about a cell phone taking a picture versus triggering light. Now, if you can come up with a way to trigger light from a cell phone, then this ass camera here would I just actually get some use.
Plug my 10-pound radio slave into the top of my iPhone and then go to town, you know.
That'd be cool. You could do that? That'd be cool.
I'm sure that somebody's rigged something up with their Droid or their iPhone to do it.
I would buy that. Yeah. Because I mean, just because I would like to be able to take pictures of my phone that don't suck. I hate this thing. I want one of those 40 megapixel ones that Trey's been playing with.
I attached a Pocket Wizard to my iPhone so people know I'm a photographer at all times.
Very nice.
Oh, man.
I thought it was the cap giving it away. Get a Nikon cap. Hey, speaking of Nikon versus Canon, did you see the awesome DxO mark that?
Yeah, the D800 is rocking some serious latitude.
Love that. They get an 81 on the new Canon. That's awesome, by the way. And 81 is a very acceptable score. And also, of course, you look at the Nikon 95, the top camera ever scored by them, beating the Hasselblad and the what's the other one? The Phase 1. Which I wanted to buy.
Spice it up.
Spice it up.
No, it's alright. I'm just messing around. Yeah, no. We took anything. No, it doesn't matter. I just thought it was funny. It's like 2 people decided to hit the dislike button. Probably they're upset. Yeah. Oh, later, Jason. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for dropping by and hanging out. Enjoy.
Take care, man.
I'll make you an offer so we can go catch up in real life.
Jason, I'm going to send you a gift of a Boston Red Sox hat since you wear hat gifts.
Stay off my page. Leave me alone.
Get off my lawn screen.
I'm going to put a dislike on Jason's page right now.
There you go.
Right back.
You guys having you having another arch nemesis later?
A -1 button.
-1 button.
Yeah, -1 button would definitely
that would cause a lot of butt hurt.
Do you think it'd be the opposite of what's hot? What sucks?
What's not?
What sucks? And it's just like minus like 1,000. And there are people that hated it so much they minus it 1,000. That might be more popular.
On Green Martini, we have likes and then we have yuck buttons. And when when it weighs a photo, it counts the likes, but it doesn't count the yucks. But I think it makes people feel good to be able to yuck a photo that deserves it. And then about every month or so, we take the person with the most yucks and we vote them off the island. So basically, they're removed from the site.
Oh, wow.
Because if you're able to produce that much crap, you deserve to lose your account. It just keeps the place clean. I mean, you still got a lot of crappy photography up there. You know, and some of it's mine. I mean, you got to learn. You got to start somewhere. So you can't judge somebody and say, well, everything you create from day one is going to be perfect, because that's not going to happen. But you should delete your old crap as you move forward.
Yep.
I guess.
I know Alfred. He's that butler from Batman.
Alfred! He's been played by
He's cool. He can make everything.
He can make everything.
Not like Lucius Fox.
Batman.
Oh, so speak about comic books. You know, you talked a little bit about comic books, Scott. So, you know, there's so many different movies coming out this summer, and The Walking Dead started as a graphic novel. What are, like, I don't know, just let's talk about comics. What are your favorite comics?
We can talk about this again.
Oh,
Jim Larry got lucky. I mean,
bag.
Well, I'm a huge fan of most of the Marvel comics. I'm not a big fan of the DC comics. Not because of the art or anything, I just don't like the characters. So most of the Marvel comics...
they're not super enough for you?
Hmm?
They're not super enough for you?
No, they're like... It's kind of like unbelievable. Like, I love how Marvel produces, every few years they produce this morgue of all the people they killed off. You know, and DC's got a guy who's only allergic to rocks from his home planet, but otherwise is indestructible. You know, okay.
Although he did get killed.
Yeah, but then he came back to life because it didn't sell very well. So
He has to come back to life. He's Superman.
Exactly, he wasn't allergic
Batman.
to those rocks.
Didn't Batman die too and come back or something?
Yeah.
They all
I like really creative imagery. So there's a couple places I get imagery ideas. One is movies, so like the movie Sucker Punch I just saw. I really liked a lot of that. I don't know, the movie was that great, but the visual was awesome.
That's
Pan's Labyrinth is one I've been highly recommended that I need to see. Another great thing are these books. There's a bunch of them. There's Expose. If you're not familiar with these, Tim, you need to buy these. These are freaking stellar. So we were talking about Guild Wars. So Guild Wars, the artist for Guild Wars, this is one of those guys who can create like a single brush stroke and make like, I mean, if you look at the detail in this picture, it's all implied detail. It's just amazing. So this book is full of incredible images that are just unbelievable. So I love these books for ideas. Then there's another one. Then there's a lot of those. I think that's 8, and there are like 10 of them. This is another really good one. These are the Spectrum series. And this is Spectrum 18. Yeah, another one. Lots of great visuals. Almost all paintings. Not a lot of photography in either of these books. Almost all visual works or there's some sculpture. There's some ZBrush. There's a lot of CGI, but a lot of good traditional watercolor and oil as well. But those are kind of like, if I can't find a good pose or series or story to tell from a comic book, these Expose and Spectrum series are phenomenal. And you learn, I mean, technique-wise too. Not so much in photography, but I'm trying to add more art, more brushwork and things into my photography lately, more painterly kind of effects. And these are really motivators. I mean, I can't do that at all. It's like not even, it's a joke. But I aspire to that. And you always got to have a goal. So when I see like Daniel Ibanez paintings, I'm like, oh, man, it's awesome. And just, and it's something. I'm like, how did you know the eyes were like the right size and that, where the nose was and it looked like an alien? I just think that's so cool.
Matt, you mentioned Walking Dead. Tony Moore was next row over from me at the Comic-Con, and he had a line the whole convention. It was him and 2 of his minions working the booth, and he was on an end cap or an end of a row, and basically people came, talked to the 2 minions, and then he was at the end, and he had this huge backdrop with about, I'd say, 30 or 40 prints on it from Walking Dead, and they were $10 a pop, and they had a person set up that would let 2 to 3 people at a time go to the table. And the line was never empty the entire
Are you telling me that line was longer than Cusack?
Yeah, they only let 100 people see Cusack. I would say that the line just...
Here's the difference between getting to see Cusack. He gives you an opposite handshake. Tony Moore probably gave you a full-on sketch.
Right. Yep. No, I'm not saying... It just... Yeah.
Yeah, so, and then I wanted to go up to him and say hi to him, but I've read all of his work on Walking Dead up to... He only did the first 6 issues, and then someone else took over, and then he did the covers. But he was just swamped all con.
I'm sure.
He had no end of his line. And then I picked up, not at the show. I wanted to pick it up at the show, but I got it before we left. I picked up Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Cool. That's a great movie.
You could say Scott Pilgrim.
You picked up the book.
I heard they're doing colored versions of Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, you know what? I posted that on Facebook, Tim, and my friend Erica said, "What? You couldn't wait for the color edition?" And I'm like, "Oh, geez, $80." So I looked it up, and it's going to be $25 for the first book alone.
Oh, really?
And it's going to be in color, but there's going to be like kind of DVD extras with it. So he's actually going through. Yeah, it is pretty pricey.
I don't think the Bone books were that expensive.
Yeah, I've never gotten into Bone, but I know that they went and colored all those too. But I want to start reading the Scott Pilgrim stuff. So I love the movie. It's like my #1 favorite movie right now. I just gotta read the source material.
Yeah.
One of the coolest things, Marvel started offering like a free, like a peek. You can look at some of the comic books. They'll offer a couple free ones each month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you can go
for that.
Even if it's not a comic that you follow, I find that I get a lot of good ideas for, and it's the poses and the story. You know, you try and I'm only going to reproduce like maybe one picture, but I'll see like a transitional piece, like a person jumping over between say two storage units with a briefcase, and you know you're looking at it's a really creative camera angle. You're looking up at the person, like wow, that would be a pretty cool picture, but I would change it this way. You know, some get a girl, and maybe it's a purse, and it's got money flying out of it. So you just take that little idea, and then you expand upon the pose that you saw, and you create your own thing out of it. So at the end, it's not going to look anything like the comic book. It's an inspiration. Yeah. And I find comic books are great inspirations.
Oh yeah, because these days nobody's static in a panel. I mean, you compare it to a comic book from the Golden or Silver Age, and people are just kind of stand there. Even when Superman flies, he's just like this, and he fills the whole panel. But these days, everything is foreshortened, or you know, at a different angle, or looking up or down, or you know, some kind of effect. And ever since digital coloring came into play too, your comics have just exploded off the page with color and different lighting and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. And, you know, I don't actually get any comic books. You know, I don't have any subscription to them. I do get I buy a graphic novel every so often, but I mostly live off the free ones that I see on the Marvel site, or, again, these expose books or Spectrum books are awesome. I mean, just a little... I love... The next thing I'd love to be able to do, and it'll be a way, is the alien worlds. The whole, like, desolate planet with the two little tiny people and the giant derelict spacecraft. I really love those images. And if I'm going to buy prints, that's what I'm buying on my wall. I want that kind of thing. But I want to be able to make it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have that skill.
Yeah. I love that imagery, too. I always get the image of the giant set of steps leading up to that one thin column of light in a huge door, and then the little people, like, kind of walking around. Prometheus has got a lot of that imagery just in the trailer. There's a lot of architecture and weird alien stuff going on. I can't wait to see what Ridley Scott does with that. It's gonna be epic.
This is very cool. Well, hey guys, I have to go. My wife is now home, so.
Oh. Yeah, I gotta get going too. I gotta read more Game of Thrones.
Oh, well, that's a good reason. I'm just kidding. That's cool.
We're gonna keep a lot of notes though. You're gonna keep track of all those characters. Good luck with that.
Well, but he saw the TV show. That helps, though, right? I'm sure.
Yeah.
See it first.
I haven't seen it first. We'll see how it goes.
Does your wife want to just smile so we can see?
She's not down here. I heard her coming
Alright.
downstairs. So.
All right, no problem. Since we made that a theme, you'll have to.
Hey, Scott, are you gonna be in next Tuesday for the digital painting group, or?
I'm going to try. Getting the book out was huge. I mean, it took so much time, and then opening the studio, and I've got a couple of upcoming events. So all right. So if you're on Facebook, it's a Green Olive Studio. It's a cooperative studio. So if you find Green Olive Studio, you can see kind of what I'm doing there. But I'm going to do a creative lighting class. Teach a manual mode and exposure class, and usually get 40 or 50 people to attend that. And I do that through Dabble, which is a great site where you can just teach a class for $20.
Nice.
So people bring in their DSLRs, they know what the hell they're doing with them, or they're stuck in an automatic mode or the push your dummy mode. So I go through aperture priority, shutter priority, and then manual mode, and then ISO. How to adjust your camera. So I teach that class. I get that coming up in May, and then we are doing a vampire pinup, and I'd like to make a calendar and try and raise money for a charity. I never really picked a charity yet, but if I get that done now, I might be able to get it published by, say, September, which would be good, just in time for the end of the year.
it would be cool if you that model do leukemia, right? You get her involved, no? Or maybe not.
No, she isn't really modeling anymore. It's probably been that picture was probably 3 years ago, and since then she's got a man. Once you get a man, they're pretty much going to go over the
Models are done with getting a man?
It's interesting. As I've been doing this, and I own Green Martini and watch the models come into greenmartini.com and photographers, the models are the shortest lived of all of the accounts on there, because a model is really only a model until she either has children and then gives up modeling because she's going to raise her babies, or has the children and then gets a career that's going to be meaningful. So they model between the ages of, say, 18 and 24 or 25, and they're done. But a photographer, you're a photographer pretty much for life, unless you get bored of it, or you can't find a muse or something. Makeup, hairstylists, wardrobe people, they're, again, pretty much lifers at what they do if they're good at it and they get paid well. So the model is the least significant market share out of all those things. So, I don't have a lot of posing classes, for instance, because most models look at it like, well, I'm only going to be doing this for another year, so why invest in a posing class? So it's so funny, trying to come up with how they do these things. So, her, I shot her for a good 3 or 4 years, and she's, I think, 24 now, got a man. Not going to see her again. She'll come to a few events just to say hi, but she won't model anymore.
Got it. Yeah.
Plus, they lose that metabolism they had when they're 18, and they still eat like they're 18, so I don't know what she looks like. But
Wow, all models? I can't imagine that. A lot of models do, really? Still eat like crap and they think they can be skinny?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, guys do that, too. I mean, think about
guys,
when you're 8.
Yeah,
it's the exact same mindset, though. When you're 18, you eat like a pig, because you could. You had metabolism, then you kept eating like that.
I've always never had metabolism, so I've always...
figure it out that if you put shit in, you get shit out. So
yeah, so it just takes a while, but the models, but by then, they're gonna have a baby anyway. And once they have the baby, then they're all self-conscious about their bodies, and then they don't want a model. So.
Well, the worst, the worst thing is when a girl is either too skinny or crazy skinny as it is. It's a little bit bad. It's a mindset.
Well, yeah, that's.
Fit is so important. I tell models, if you're gonna do this and you want to make a career out of it, meaning you're gonna do it into your late 20s, late 30s, whatever, which you can do. I mean, I have some beautiful models in their 40s. My wife's a great example, but she's 28, but it's a hexadecimal number. I tell them, you push-ups, pull-ups, and squats. If you can do those 3 things and you focus on them, and you just keep going, your body will always stay, in great shape, and you'll be toned. Skinny is not attractive. Toned is attractive, and it's a combination of the two.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, you want the you don't want the bodybuilder woman so much, although I think they're very interesting to shoot personally. But the skinny girl, that's me personally. I don't like.
It's not real. You can't. I mean, I don't know.
Everyone has every definition.
I like a functional.
Yeah, I mean, not to say that I wouldn't shoot them, because again, I would find them interesting, but from a male perspective, I would like, well, it's not attractive to me. But it doesn't have to be attractive to me. I make an art. I don't care. If
Well, you don't consider your wife skinny?
No, my wife is fit. My wife is very fit. My wife can do 6 pull-ups. So my wife will come down here and she'll knock out 6 pull-ups.
Right.
So,
But I'm saying he's not fat.
No, she's well proportioned. That's what I like. I like fit, well proportioned.
Yeah, there's a big difference between fit and fat, Matt.
No, but my point is that I saw her picture. Unless it's crazy body Photoshop, she doesn't look like she's not skinny.
She's not skinny. She's well proportioned. I want my models curvy. I don't like the hip bone
so
sticking
to
out.
me, if someone's curvy, but they don't like, to me, fat is once you start seeing belly. So not like crazy fat, but once you start, anyway, people are watching. But I mean, like,
Anyway, I gotta go.
It's all good. It's all good.
Hey, thank you very much, Matt.
Oh, my pleasure.
I really appreciate it. It was fun.
I like all body
Paul, thank you so much for your help too, man. You were priceless. Give me a lot of feedback. So.
Yeah, your work is really cool, and I look forward to sharing your links when I share Green Martini and Detweiler.com to check more about Scott and his book and his work and his wife.
Wonder Wife. We just call her Wonder Wife.
Wonder Wife.
Wonder Wife.
Wonder Wife.
All right.
So
take
good
care,
night,
guys.
sleep tight, get to meet you.
Hey, Scott.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Scott Detweiler.
See ya.
So now that he's gone, who else has Paul Rustam wants to talk about his wife and show pictures of his wife. You did in Conversations Plus, like your thing. You shot your wife the one time, right? Okay.
I'm trying to unlock Robert Anderson's phones.
What? So wait, how far does Robert Anderson live from you? He's like, what, 10 minutes, 20 minutes?
He's like 25 minutes, yeah.
And you've actually, so you guys all met, you've hung out with him a little bit?
Yeah.
What's it like to hang out with Robert Anderson? Is he just same as he is in Hangouts? Or?
Yeah, same.
Same. A little quiet, a litlittle introvert.
Yeah, never says a word. I'm always pulling words out of his mouth.
Right.
I heard he touches people's faces a lot.
Because people don't realize, but he's blind. So
he's reading your soul.
He's not blind. He's like, is this your wife? Oh, do you mind? I need to write the wife show. It's like it.
I actually had a really cool neighbor at Comic-Con or at Chicago. A couple, a husband and a wife. They did 2 books. One of them's called Boilerplate. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. It's this fictional work they came up with, this robot from Victorian era. And they went through and they did 2 hardcover books. The first one was Boilerplate. And they inserted this robot. They had a model built, and they put him into all these, kind of like Forrest Gump, these fictional kind of things. And then it's this whole story also in there. It's kind of like a big, reference manual of all this thing's appearances and everything. And then they went through and took all this old science fiction steampunk stuff from, like the 1800s or early 1900s. This guy had done, it's all public domain, and they turned it into the story of this family, and that once again they put it into this huge hardcover book. It was amazing, the amount of work that went into these books, and they said they had been working on them for 10 years. Here, I'll put a link to Boilerplate, and people think that this stuff's actually real, like this robot. I thought it was really cool. And then to come to find out that both of these guys, Tim, you had linked to this Dark Horse thing earlier.
The motion comic thing?
Yeah. They had both worked on a project called Heartbreakers, which used to be in Dark Horse Presents back in the late 80s, early 90s, that I used to read. And I was sitting next to him the whole weekend. I found this out 10 minutes before we all left the show. And I'd read these guys back then. Yeah,
sounds interesting.
They handed me a book, and they actually did a team up in 2005 with this Boilerplate robot and Heartbreakers. And I said, "Oh, Heartbreakers, I know these guys." And they go, "Yeah, we did that." I'm like, "Holy crap, you guys are them!" But yeah, I sat next to them the whole weekend, and they were great. I watched their table; they'd help me out and watch mine. And
cool.
But their books were great. I signed up for the first one, but it was already sold out. I go to them at the end of the con. I'm like, "I'll buy your book," and it was only $25 for a hardcover book that was about a good half-inch thick. So good stuff. But it was really the amount of work that went into these books. Every page was set up, like the old Victorian newspapers, chock full of maps and insets and
Yeah, it's fun when people really, really go into the time and effort to design something really well, and if they're referencing some historical material like that, it's really really cool when they really do it well.
Yeah, great. And I guess you guys know Chris Elliott, the comedian guy.
Mm-hmm.
I was just reading this. I didn't find out till now when I went to the Wikipedia page. He took that boilerplate character and put it into his book, not knowing that it's somebody's property.
Oh, really?
And they actually worked out a lawsuit. They worked out the things they would pay him or he'd pay them a percentage of the profits from it. He thought it was just this fake site that someone set up.
Right. Yeah.
Just, as a joke, but it was actually these guys doing a joke of something that they created for this thing, so it's kind of cool. I should get to bed, guys. Good night, TV audience, and good night, guys. Sorry I won't see you at Boston Comic Con, Paul. That kind of sucks, but I'm sure we'll run into each other one of these days.
Yeah, I'll do another one at some point.
Thanks for coming by, Aaron Wood, arch
No
nemesis
problem,
of Tim
man.
Clary, son of Keenan, father of Noman. I don't know. I'm making up names now. Game of Thrones. Enjoy the end.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Don't ruin Game of Thrones for me.
No one's ruining it.
They all die horrible deaths.
They all fight over the throne.
They slap each other.
There we go. Wow, Aaron leads and his arch nemesis, other one, Bronwyn, comes. Of course.
You're just
How are
fine.
you?
Yay! How are you guys doing?
Good. We're still overtiming it here. Conversations.
Alright, what did I miss in conversations?
Oh, we had Scott Detweiler talking about his art, his photography, and Jason Joseph came in as well. So
Cool. Good stuff.
it was cool. It was pretty good. I don't know who was watching it. Some people were. Yasmin watched it. Yeah, it's been a busy night. Like usually my hangout conversations gets more attention, but YouTube actually was going crazy on YouTube. I was getting a troll on YouTube. Hey, Daniel Fontaine.
Cheers, everyone.
I had to go to a wake.
Hey, Daniel.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Did you drink?
No, afterwards we did. It wasn't an Irish one, it was a Croatian one. So, it's not my relative, it was my friend.
Daniel Fontaine probably tells a couple of stories about drinking at wakes, right?
No.
No? I made that up. Okay.
No. Honestly, I mean,
I just went there.
I'm no stranger to the beverage, but most wakes, no, I haven't really,
It's great. It's either the monitor in your glasses or you move around and it's on the wall. That's really, I like it.
Here, I'll just take them off and be blind. There we go.
I was totally mad. I wasn't mad about it. Put it back on, dude.
No, I know you were, man. I'm always aware of it. I try to keep my head a little bit down, because, if I go like this, it's like, oh, hey, look, there's everybody.
We were just talking about superheroes.
Superheroes.
Yeah, you got monitor vision. So, Paul, how did you feel your double April 6th went? I got to watch it. Pretty cool.
I thought it came out cool.
Yeah, it felt more like a viewing party than
And what?
Felt more like just a viewing party. Okay.
And what? What are you comparing it to?
No, then more to something more interactive, just
Oh.
taking. Yeah, it's like standing there watching versus listening.
Well, Paul was narrating the whole time. I don't know. I mean, I didn't watch it live, but I watched about half of the stream, and I thought it was really a pretty amazing event. I mean,
No, it was amazing. Oh, I wasn't putting it down. I'm just saying it wasn't a negative thing. Why did you?
I don't know. It sounded kind of negative to me.
Oh, okay.
I watched my 42-inch television with my wife, and she was even intrigued by it. So, I mean...
No, it was... Yeah.
Yeah, I think it...
It was nice to not have to paint.
Well... Sorry, Paul, go ahead.
It was nice to not have to paint this time.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the part where you had trouble getting into the door. That was comedic. They're like, open the door!
Yeah.
How did
let me out? Or what?
So I didn't continue watching to the other portion. How did everything go out in Vegas on their end?
Their end was a lot like my earlier hangouts, where you just see them painting.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Randaline the whole time talking mostly. And it's really interesting.
So it's
Randaline
cool.
is someone, yeah, it's cool. Randaline is someone that's been hanging out a lot.
Yeah, I heard that. I have yet to have
Yeah,
the
she wants to
opportunity
do
to hang
some
out
good
with her,
stuff.
but I forget. I think Stacy mentioned that the other day, and I was like, oh, good. She had said she was going to kind of, give it a go and see what Google Plus was, going
We
to
got one.
help her spread her. She's very health conscious, very healthy eating, fitness, and whatnot. So I think that's good.
Can somebody drop it in the link? I don't know exactly who we're talking about.
Yeah, I got it.
I actually haven't met her yet.
Yeah, you never painted her, right? I think she was saying.
I never really talked to her either. Not even when we were hanging out then.
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty much gone before she really started talking. I think.
When do you get to California?
Monday night.
Oh man, I'm so bummed. Like, we're just just missing each other out there.
Oh really?
Well, sort of.
Wait, are you
Not
there?
really.
Are you gonna be there this weekend?
No, I'm embellishing for dramatic effect. Yeah, no, I'll be out there. I'll be out there the 6th, so it's a little ways away.
So, Paul, you already have it all planned out. What you're gonna models, what you're gonna do, and who's gonna be there, and
It's gonna be pretty hectic. I don't have all the models lined up yet either, but.
how many Google Pluses are helping you? Like Cam, Lucas, Rockmore.
Well, for the big project that I'm doing that I'm not really talking about yet is it's nobody's really involved. No Google Plusers.
No one's even
some
watch?
people might show up to watch. But it's going to be difficult. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because never mind. I forgot we were.
And don't you have a meeting with Mr. Gendocha, or that?
Yeah,
was
I'm gonna meet Vic.
Oh, cool.
One-on-one or with Cam?
On Wednesday. I'm gonna bring Cam with me.
That should be. Can you film some of it? Right. Hang out some of it.
I know, right?
Go on air.
I'll put the phone in my pocket.
You won't know.
You just be like, oh, I'm just holding my phone.
You should be like, I'm using a Google product. That's all I'm doing. Don't be upset. Nothing to see here. You should enjoy that fact.
Oh, that's awesome. It's gonna be really cool.
We'll see what happens. I just want to. I'm gonna buy out the Google store.
Total?
It's crazy. I'm gonna be there Monday through Friday, but it's more like it's gonna feel like 2 days because I'm gonna fly to LA, and then drive to San Francisco, and then do all these crazy shoots, and then drive back to LA on Thursday, and then leave early Friday morning. So it's
a lot of car time.
It's intense. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
And when you see Vic, you should be like, I actually went to a full Dark Mouse concert.
I'm going to tell him my name's Matthew Rappaport.
You'll be like, oh, you're not as cute as I thought you were.
Hey, Matthew, I haven't seen you, man. The new profile pic. It caught me off guard.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
You look all like, it looks like
It's me, though.
like an actor card.
Check this out.
I'm an actor.
No, I was used to you had the one with the
Goofy, yeah, Goofy, and I was doing Goofy, but
this
I
one
felt
was
like,
all like,
yep.
Alright, well,
Yeah, that's my 90210 shot.
I need to check. I need to check it out. I need to get on.
I'm
the
like,
street.
there's the actor. Are
Matt,
you
who took that headshot for you?
acting? Right there.
It was stock photo that I did. It was, I don't remember. A couple years back.
It was a while back.
Yeah, a little while, a couple of years. But it's like
Okay.
there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people that use their sex on here to sell it. Freaking, I was like, all right, switch it up. I actually had it up like in the beginning, way back when, before people were on here. But
Looks good.
Yeah, I like it. It just, I was like, oh, look at.
Yeah.
Andy Feliciano's like, oh, got the headshot, actually. It's all good. But I'll probably eventually change it when I get bored of it. Be able to. Although, what do you guys think? I mean, I feel like that a lot of people use that one picture forever, and like your yellow background tints, like it's recognizable. You're like, you know the person by their picture, you know. Do you guys?
My wife asked me about that just today, actually.
Yeah.
because I switched my Facebook one to match everything else finally. I stopped my evangelical Google Plus with, like, if you need me, I'll be on Google Plus.
Right.
Where'd that come from? I'm like, oh, I use it everywhere else. She's like, what do you mean everywhere else? I'm like, I use it everywhere else.
Where are you?
Why? And I'm like, I don't know, just because you want to have that, like, same kind of thing, you know, and I don't know. Now I'm reluctant to change it.
I change mine every few months, but the one I have right now was the one I had in February. Because I went, like, March, I changed it every few days because I noticed that I was getting, people were adding me to their circles when I had different photos, and because right after I changed it from what it used to be, which was a shot of Milwaukee, it just like sort of like blew up, and I thought that was really weird because I didn't really do anything, and then I still changed my photo, and then I changed it again, and then there was nothing, like nobody added me to their circles. I was like, this is weird. Let's see what photos how many people add me to my circle if I add this photo or change it to this photo, and like I was just having fun with it, but I basically stuck to the one that I have now, which is a bunch of Hello Kitties. I like it. It's cool.
Yeah, it's funny how that works. I definitely didn't intend. I did mine like really quick one morning. I shot it with like my phone and then just like wiped out the background because it was just like all washed out. I was like, oh, this will just get me until I can do something better. And that was like 4 months ago. But whatever.
Yeah, for the record, I'm answering the chat. I was the whole skinny, fat model. I like women of all sizes. I was sticking up for women that have fat on them.
I know.
Did I miss something about fat and skinny? Cause,
no, we had the models, the photographer, and Scott showed us a girl with a little like under the arm flap that even models usually have a little bit, and how it was touched up. And I was saying, it doesn't. Really
If I actually just submitted like 2 weeks before I got on the Hangout a rant about people commenting about people and their size. So.
But for me, it's interesting to see, like when people call someone skinny versus fit. To me, I don't like.
You don't think there's a difference between skinny and fit?
No, there's a difference. There's a difference, but you could still, just because you're fit doesn't mean you're not skinny, right? Like,
well, I think
skinny has to do with weight size, doesn't
between
it?
too skinny and
too
fit.
Skinny is not right.
So,
if you're that's like bony.
Your view of skinny is not as
right.
Skinny, not the same as what he was saying.
Exactly. I don't think if you're skinny, it means that you're. I was trying to I don't know.
Like,
to me,
like
average.
I think skinny to me is too skinny. Like you could say thin, and maybe that wouldn't be too skinny. I don't know.
So relative. We all have different shapes and sizes. Right. Whether you work out or not, even if you do work out, everyone has different shapes and sizes. So.
Sure.
But when it comes to, I just think that if someone could be fit and still be skinny, it just, to me, skinny is about weight. Like, if you don't have fat on you, you could be fit, and you're probably going to be skinny, right? Unless you have muscle, then you're going to be a little bit larger. But
you could be thin, and like there's like skinny and there's thin.
So to me, skinny and thin are like the same word. What's the difference?
To me, skinny was always just like more of the bony.
See, bony has the connotation, but skinny.
Like skinny. It's not like skinny was like bony and stick thin. Like really, really like like my pinky. And thin, is somebody that's narrow but has a little bit of curves, but not fat. I don't know.
Like the reason why is because people usually say you're too skinny, which implies that you can just be regular skinny and not too skinny, right?
Yeah, you can be too skinny. You can be regular skinny. You can be a little bit skinny.
Right. Karen Sharkey is saying.
I'm apparently not the person to have this conversation.
No, fit me.
No, this is the first time for tonight, for the first time ever, somebody actually called me fat to my face.
Really?
Do you really care? Yeah. Is this someone you know?
It's somebody that I know, and it was just like somebody that's known me for about half my life. And it's like,
say it.
I'm bigger than I was 15 years ago. I'm bigger than I was 2 years ago. A lot has gone on. Like, I'm aware of this,
Right.
but I don't think I'm fat.
People
Like,
are judgmental.
what is wrong with you? Whatever. And
I also
so,
think
like,
people get used to you at one size, and then that's why, like, if you're really large, you lose weight, people are like, oh my god, you look so amazing. Or the other way is if you gain a lot of weight, like, oh my god, what happened to you? Like, those are the two reactions.
Yeah, that's what I got. Like, what happened to you? You got fat. And I was like, excuse me.
Right. One time it happened where when I was waiting tables, this girl came in that I knew back in college. I hadn't seen her 5-6 years. And the girl sitting there said, hey, man. And I looked at her, and she had gained so much weight that I didn't know who she was. I was like, I had no idea who she was until she told me. And this girl that in college, like, maybe had a minuscule belly but was skinny. Like, she had, like, a little bit, but it was like she was tall and skinny. So the girl sitting in front of me was, like, not fat. She was, like, had wit to her, like, real wit. So for me, then I was, like, waiting tables, so I had all these orders to remember. So it just, like, caught me, and I was like, oh, my God. I said the wrong thing. I said, you look different or something. And the next thing I know, she left, and I probably hurt her feelings, but I wasn't trying to. So.
And you're like, oh, hey. And you didn't mean to. It just it was the moment.
Yeah, it's the moment where it's like, especially when you don't. It's one thing if you recognize somebody and you realize it, but I didn't even know who the girl was until she said she looks so different. All right, Tim, no problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off, guys.
Thanks.
I wanted to show you something, Tim.
Okay, I'll hang out. Sorry.
Look. Okay, I don't know if you can see it.
What is it?
Look what I have. Wait, crap, where is it?
It's alright.
There it is.
I don't have a frame yet, but it's
That's
on the
okay.
wall.
That's okay.
It's in the works.
So,
That looks great. I'm glad, you know.
You're right over Aaron Wood, if you see it.
Oh, you got Aaron's poster too? My nemesis?
Yeah, no, I have a custom thing that he made for me a long time ago. Oh.
And that was before he blocked you, right? And then unblocked you.
Yeah. Well, let's not go there.
But thank you for purchasing that goofy print. But that's awesome. I'm glad you like it.
I do. So anyway, so good night.
Well, Tim, thanks for sharing your stash again. And did you saw that, right? You could all.
Always.
Your mustache and your Felicia Day stash.
Yeah.
Both stash.
Big pile of Felicia Day stuff.
Did anybody comment? I know we did a little quick, hey, look, you got the stash.
There were a couple of people talking. I forget. Kyla Myers, I think, watched it. Yeah, so you guys that don't know, I got Hangouts on Errors last week, and Matt helped me test it out last night. So I think probably next week I will do another thing with an announcement of some future things. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing yet, but I'm, plotting some ideas to do shows or I don't know, just me hanging out and doing some art. Hopefully, I'd love to get hooked up with Rob, Michael, or Lucas to just have somebody jam and do some art. Would be fun. And long term, maybe do some classes like what Daniel Ibanez is doing, things like that. So I don't know. I've been thinking it over for a few weeks now, but I think it'll coalesce into something soon.
It'd be cool if everybody's camera was like down at their work, while they were doing it, and people were talking while they were looking, while every box had somebody's like pencil or whatever they're working on.
Yeah, well, in Daniel's shows, we've been, like last Tuesday, we had a lot of us were drawing at once. It was really neat. Daniel Ibanez does a Tuesday night digital painting 101 show. I think it's usually about 10:30 Eastern because he's out in Mountain Time. So, and he had a guest artist, this guy Felipe. I forget his last name, but he was on last week and was really good. It was fun. So check that out on Daniel Ibanez's stream on Tuesday and watch mine for some news soon. All right.
That sounds awesome. Good night, Tim. Take it easy.
Take care, guys. Great seeing you.
Tim the Butcher.
Thanks again, Bronwyn. Bye-bye.
Sweet. So what are you guys up to, Daniel and Browan? Hey, Rodney, we didn't really talk. I know you're probably working.
Yeah, I'm always working.
Rodney, you know what's great? Earlier today, Rodney was in a baseball cap and he had hair on his face. And now No hair on his face and no baseball cap. What's the deal with that?
Well, I've been meaning to take a break and shave for a week, but I just finally got 10 minutes where I can do it.
Nice. It's funny. It's like a different person overnight.
Yeah. Yeah, I work at home and I work 7 days a week and nobody sees me hardly, so I'm not real concerned with it.
We see you. I appreciate it, Ray. Although I will say, when I was hanging out with Rodney with Jason earlier today, I had no idea it was you, Rod. Like now, you look at Rodney Pike. Before with the baseball cap and the facial hair, I didn't even know who you were. I didn't realize it was you.
I gotta do something with these glasses. Because they're not prescription. Daniel was talking about looking down like that. I got a couple of interviews coming up soon, and I don't want to have these glaring glasses, you know. Tanner, do you know if they make? I know that you can get prescription glasses with
anti-glare.
But
yeah, even the anti-glare isn't.
Is there? Can you apply that to cheap glasses?
That moment when you realize you're the only one in the hangout without glasses on.
That.
Yeah.
Well, my glasses now. I have been buying like decent, stylish, and I like them frames and stuff. And I had one get smashed at jiu-jitsu, and these are cheapos. And when they were like, "Do you want to enhance?" I was just like, "No, I need to replace them." So these are as glary as you're gonna find. I mean, you can see the hangout in them.
Mine are pretty bad.
Yeah, I keep on saying I'm gonna replace them, but I haven't.
I guess I could do the interviews without my glasses. I mean, I don't. It's just I can't see your mouths moving when you talk. They're just reading glasses.
Do you know your prescription, Rodney?
It's like the last time I had my eyes checked, it was like 2.5.
What?
Because you can get eyeglasses for really cheap online.
Well, somebody was telling me there's another artist I was talking to that he said he's got some special glasses just for his artwork, and his eye doctor had him measure the distance between him and his Cintiq when he's working. The exact number of inches from his eyes to the screen, and he had special glasses made just for when he paints.
Yeah, I think those are called intermediate glasses or something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, just real quick, not to plug something or somebody or what have you, but have you guys, there's a gentleman I met earlier this week who's he does like portraits with date stamp. Have you guys seen this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna link him right now, but some of the stuff he's sharing a lot of stuff limited, so there's not a lot going out unless you're keeping tabs on him. But he's a really chill guy. He's out in California, and when I first saw his stuff, I can't speak as an artist or anything like that. Paul's seen my draw something. I'm like, I'm right in the great. I'm right in the range of like a 5-year-old. But it was very, right away I was like, whoa, you're doing that with your standard 6-digit timestamp or whatever. So.
There was a big update to draw something, Daniel.
Oh, was there?
I saw it. You can share it out. I actually just finally sent yours back tonight.
We can exceed 100 now.
I lost my Jot Pro, the thing I showed you when we hurled.
Oh no.
Because I was using it to draw something so much, it was carrying it in my. It doesn't have a clip. I was carrying it in my shirt pocket, and I think it fell out when I was. I don't know. But
Paul might admit that I'm the worst to draw something as far as
You've gotten better. You're one of the worst. I wouldn't say.
But I'm still one of the worst. But I've gotten better.
One of the worst.
Well, Jose,
I'm funny. I try to be funny.
Jose's talented, and he's a good dude, and it's one of those things you keep a tab on him. Or
do all the good people in Johnson talk about all the bad people? Is that
I'm sure they do.
Look at that.
Now you can write stuff after the drawing.
Paul's stuff I recognize so soon, but I wait so it's not like I can kind of see a little bit more of the, you know, I like seeing it unfold.
No, he drew all that. Or
I hate it when it flashes and all of a sudden it's done, so I like wait.
I'm like this with Matthews. I'm like.
The funny thing though is seriously, a lot of people, I will get it within like 2 seconds, like or 3-5 minutes, and then all of a sudden when I get it, it goes from like 5 lines to like all this other stuff appears. I'm like, oh, alright, that's a lot.
I keep hoping that I'll find my Job Pro, but without it,
I hope you find a job too, bro.
You're in trouble without it?
No, I just, it gives you, gives you some actual feel for it.
I think I was at like 70 with Lord Parker, and I had gotten to 100 with Stacey Fraser, but it didn't give it to me because it was stuck at 99, you know?
It's good that I slowed
Well,
down.
we're getting
Like,
close.
you're like 40,
I
right?
just got the alert that we're getting close. We're at,
That's when I like rage quit. When I couldn't get the 100, I just stopped playing it altogether, and then I just like had nothing to do one day, so I turned it on and clicked on Lord Parker's, and I had 75.
yeah,
And
we're at 84.
I could not get what he had drawn. So like the first drawing of his that I had done in like a week and a half or 2 weeks or whatever, I blew it. Ruined our 70.
There goes my job.
I didn't realize that there was like the century mark or anything, but yeah, I mean, I noticed it tonight because it alerted me. We're at, like I said, 84.
Yeah,
So we're getting close.
I think you're the second highest on mine. Stacey Fraser and then you. I don't think, we haven't messed up at all, right? We messed up on the very first one?
Yeah. And we could have when my son was, tapping the screen when he shouldn't have, and I had to be like, oh, I'm not even close. He's got no way. He's going to be like, snowballs? No, but you probably would have, no.
Eventually got it, right?
Yeah. I don't know. It's fun. It seems to have a shelf life, though. It seems like people get hooked on it, and then like within 5 to 7 days, they're like, meh.
Enough. Well, the problem is you take on too many people.
Yeah.
And
I'm doing that right now with even the other stuff, with like Scramble. Freaking Rappaport makes me feel like I'm a freaking dope. I play Rappaport and Scramble, and I feel like, I'm like, wow, I need to go back to school. I played Bookworm a lot.
Oh no, that's my game. Listen,
Yeah,
just because I have to have something. I don't have the drawing skills. I can kick ass and scramble words with friends.
Dude, Scramble. I whoop a lot.
I get like 1,000, 1,200
I bump with the Rappaport in a dark alley, and he hands me my tokens.
You're like killing all your friends, and then you find me, and you're like, oh, I hate this guy.
No, I don't mind.
I was good at something.
I'm like, how did he
took that away from me, Rappaport?
Yeah.
You took
I'm
that
like,
away from
why
me.
I oughta?
Hey, Daniel, you like apples? How do you like them scrambled?
I know.
No, whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't even care about that. It's actually like a chore to sit there and do it after a while. Draw all this stuff because your games get bing, 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 and you don't play them. They sit there, and then it's like your game will be resigned. Like, oh.
Well, it's like I'm playing Word Feud. I'm playing Words with Friends. I'm all over the place.
Too much. They want me to update Word Feud.
I just got the word from Christopher Lira, redhead, and I guessed it, and then I got to choose the word redhead immediately after.
Well,
so I drew the exact same thing he drew me.
I'm glad that they threw a bunch more words into it, because there was, even you and I, we had a bunch where we're like, we have done this one before. And it was like the 3-coiner, too, It wasn't like we were mailing it in.
Yep. It happened a lot.
I was proud, man. I held out until I had, 500 coins. I didn't do any color packs. I was like, it doesn't matter because I'm just drawing stick figures.
I need the color pink, and I just bought another color pack that didn't have it because I really liked the other color pack, so I still need pink.
Yeah, I got Mardi Gras and ice cream. They seem to be, they had enough of the color packs.
I don't like how they do the color packs. They kind of suck. Like the way they group the colors together. Who wants to buy like a whole pack of one color? Yeah, it's like annoying. I was like me. I want to buy them all.
You can get it. You just gotta spend.
They should. Do they have a new feature where where drawings could be? What if that actually? That would be a great thing, right? Let's say the word is redhead, and then you went through and you go to hot or not style redhead pictures versus each other. Would that be cool? Which one you like better? Or that's stupid. Right.
I don't know.
I don't want to do that.
No, I know what you mean. You if it took them and shipped them somewhere, and then based upon what it was, it could have some.
No, just comparing. So
yeah,
there's a feature. It'd be rating or whatever.
Yeah. You probably just gave them a great idea.
And then the top ones would be featured somewhere, maybe on their Facebook page or whatever. And the people's names. But you wouldn't get featured unless you bought the real one. If you would get rated.
Laid back with my mind on my money.
Oh, you can't say that. Alright, whatever. You can. It's all good. It's butter. So, is the new design, is it stuck on you? You're used to it? I guess I got used to it.
Oh, you coming back around? Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't, what can I do? I can't fight
it. It took me 20 minutes, man. For 20 minutes, I was like, ah.
Using the stretch and using Muhammad's extension works for me. So.
I don't use it. I didn't like it.
I'm using the stretch and...
I got a 13-inch screen, so it didn't really...
Yeah. I had a 24-inch widescreen.
I mean, my second monitor is 23 inches, but even there, it doesn't bother me.
Is your first monitor know about your second monitor, or keep it?
Oh, only on weekends.
Oh my God, you couldn't add Mrs. Couldn't you give me a Boston and add a teacher's name? That's anyway, that joke.
Nah, I need it because
Mrs. McCarthy wouldn't approve of that.
Oh, Jesus. I forget who called me out on my accent the other day. I'm like, I don't really think I have one.
Well, it's not so
oh yeah, I need.
Well, I wouldn't have
it. Although, I learned today if you go full screen with the Hangout screen with.
As long as you don't go full retard, okay?
Whoa,
I said that. And that's from my quote in a movie. It's not. I love all.
No, I know.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about the people actually out there watching.
No, if you go on a Mac, if you go in with OS X10 or whatnot, you go into that full screen, and you can use the gestures to where it's real clean. It's good for when I'm hanging out at work, because I'm like, no, I'm just working, and it looks like I'm working instead of hanging out, which is good because I tend to hang out a little too much when I'm at work. My boss caught me last week. I was like. He actually, you know what he did? This is no lie. It was Wednesday. It was late in the day Wednesday. He comes in, he's like, you hanging out, you son of a bitch? And I'm like, yeah, this UI drop, it's pretty crazy and whatnot. He goes like this, who are you hanging out with? He got that close to my camera. He's like, and I'm like control E-ing, I'm command E-ing, I'm command D-ing, I'm black. I did D, E, and Q, and shut the thing down with a few keystrokes, and I was just I was mortified. Not because he caught me, but because he was going, who you hanging out? No.
Who were you hanging out with?
I don't know. I can't remember. That day was a whirlwind. It was the afternoon. I honestly don't know.
I was at the Mazda dealership in Narragansett last week, and this kid was a good car salesman, real good car salesman, doing it right, trying to build relationships first, Yep. And he had me almost buying a brand new car, almost. And then at the end of the whole thing, he brought up social networking in his Facebook page and stuff like that. So I jumped right onto the Google Plus spiel. And I was like, you got to get on it, man. There's this one other guy I know who's in Massachusetts. He's beating you to the punch.
Well, don't be blowing up my spot. No, it's cool, And one thing I really appreciate and kind of come to value a little bit is I think that, at least my immediate boss, he kind of gets it now. He doesn't fully get it, but he trusts me enough to know that the time I'm spending is not just fluff. I mean, there's a percentage of it that's probably a little fluff, but the fact that he came in, I was so expecting to be like, what are you doing? And he totally was like, not like that. And he doesn't work in my building. He works at a different location, so he was just there for some meeting that I forgot he was there, or else I wouldn't have been probably doing it. But he just walked right in. I had no time. It was like no advance warning or anything. I was just like, but it was cool. He was supportive, and that's actually pretty cool.
I feel like every business should have somebody there that just spends all day on Google Plus, doing anything, just learning it, building relationships.
I mean, I think, I think for the small businesses, I think the potential impact is pretty tremendous, and I think, understanding what it takes to make this work. Again, I think I said, Paul, when we hurled, and probably in a few hangouts since, there's a lot of people that I see that are automotive that either as a brand or personally are just very much like a one-way street, and it's so much more than a one-way street. Like, if that's all you want to do is like, oh, check out what I wrote, check out what my friend wrote, check out my website. You're going to get something from it, but it's going to be very diminished in terms of whether you choose to be genuine and kind of give yourself to it. Like, it sounds cheeseball as the day is long, but like, if you give yourself to this, it will give back.
Right.
So, I don't know. Sorry to go on a rant.
It's the truth, though.
It's not. I'm just tired. We've been doing the show for a while.
Yeah. So my battery's about to kick it, and
the battery's cute. I'm just kidding.
I actually have to go to work early.
Yeah.
I got one pole concert tomorrow.
It's your birthday coming up.
And my birthday is next Monday. Oh, sorry, I was stretching.
Oh, you're throwing signs or something. I was like,
Sorry, I was stretching. But everyone's invited. Whole world on Saturday.
What's even going on? Just meeting in a city somewhere?
Yeah, you can. I'll let you know where we're going. So far, it's I had 3 people cancel on me though.
Oh boy.
So
They're not.
I'm gonna go to Tribeca Film Festival. Catch up like in a week.
Nice.
Okay. And Peter McDermott's supposed to be here. I think the 24th to the 26th of the month.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get going soon too. I have to wash my hair.
Whoa.
Wow.
Let's see who else is hanging out, Mr. Hair Washer.
I have to wash my hair.
Is that my line?
I have to do my laundry.
Buy some.
Oh, dude, you're quoting. Can't Buy Me Love.
Am I?
You don't know it, but that's the exact line from the end of Can't Buy Me Love.
and that's why Dana shows his New Kids on the Block love. What?
No, man. Hey, back in the day, Can't Buy Me Love, that was a great movie.
Is that the movie with Patrick Dempsey?
Yeah. The pizza guy.
The Telescope. No, not the pizza guy. The pizza guy's Loverboy. That's 2 different movies, but.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He needs the telescope and the suede suit and the red wine.
Mickey Dolenz' daughter,
Like that girl that.
Wait, that was Mickey Dolenz' daughter?
Amy Dolenz, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't. Wow, yeah, you're right. Put that together. But at the end, when she hops on the back of his tractor, which would never happen in a million years, puts on his cowboy hat.
It is still Patrick Dempsey. He's not that ugly.
She's throwing out those lines. What are you saying, Matt? I mean,
I'm saying that he's McDreamy, right? So.
Oh, he did become McDreamy. Good for him.
I know. I never liked him.
Oh. He went from nerd to McDreamy.
Hey, just for the record, Loverboy is a great movie too.
It's funny. Isn't Kirstie Alley in that? And Carrie Fisher?
Yeah, she is.
That's when they were still thin. What? I'm just kidding. I mean thin.
Oh.
Yeah, use the word thin.
Here we go again.
That's fine. I enjoy.
Oh, all those old throwback movies. It's like when you were tearing up the classics or whatever you're doing, it made me think of all like
the legends. Yeah.
The legends is like.
How many of those have you been able to sit through?
Probably 4. If I was honest, like 4.
Did they just hurt your ears, or did you actually laugh at anything?
No, because I know you enough to enjoy it for what it is. I think if I didn't know you, I might be like,
what?
Yeah, I think if I didn't know you, I wouldn't try to listen to them. But I think I've gone through at least half of all of them before giving up, but some of them I made it all the way through.
Yeah, I think I made it all the way
talking
through
about?
2, and then I watched 2 more.
Paul's gonna.
Halfway, and I
No,
was
but
like, I get the idea.
Are there any where you actually get into the song or get into the comedy or anything? Just all.
Yeah, the couple that I suggested, I listened all the way through. Like, you did Take On Me, and I had to watch all of that. When he did that song from Phantom, and I was like, oh no, he's actually singing the actual song. I meant for him to sing the parody, but I listened to it all the way through, and I'm glad I did, because watching you do the girl part was amazing. Best moment of my life.
See?
Yeah. Your Billy Joel, when he did We Didn't Start the Fire, I was dying. That was hilarious.
What?
So.
Cool. Yeah, see, I mean, it's just part of the comedy. Just like, and I mean, I could sing. None of it's really me singing. It's just like, and also, you can't sing. You really can't sing on a webcam. Like, you see Daria, Heather, and Ryan do it, but like, they're way better in person. You know, they probably still sound better than on the webcam.
Oh, I didn't know you had a page though. Oh.
Yeah, I only made the page. So this is how my brain works. I come up with something like, I'm tearing through the legends, and I'm like, that should be a page. I'm like, that's a pain in the ass, and then I do it anyway eventually. I had all the content.
I'm almost at my page limit, so
If you start watching some, there's one where I actually put a wig on and did Alanis Morissette. Enjoy that one.
Oh, gee.
Did you see that one? That might be.
No, I haven't. I don't know if I want to.
Wait, was it that bad, probably?
No, it was funny. Like, I just couldn't get over the wig, but, you know.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to watch this. I just saw the screen cap of it.
See? It's entertainment. Even if it sounds bad, you can turn the volume down.
Enter Matt.
Well, I was gonna do my own page, which was tearing up the 80s sitcom themes.
Oh, I was gonna sing some of these songs too.
You know, I was gonna be like, baby, if you ever wonder whatever became of.
See.
I'm living on the air.
Wait, we should do it together, because I'm going to do a couple of theme songs, because Dave Morales made fun. So I put up that profile picture, and who was the one guy to hate? It was Dave Morales. He's like, oh, it made some Saved by the Bell reference. And then I copied back and said something about Mr. Belding, and he's like, who the fuck is Mr. Belding? I want to say, like, you make a Saved by the Bell reference. You don't know who Mr. Belding is?
I got to show you what I made last night.
There's a guy at the DMV in New York on 34th Street that looks just like Mr. Belding, and actually
it is, that sad truth, that is Mr. Belding.
It's not Mr. Belding.
yeah, that's where he's at.
I wish it was. Like, oh, has anyone ever told you you look like, you know, the guy who plays Mr. Belding? He's like, who? And he doesn't even speak English. And I was like, oh, never mind.
What's your name?
No, there's a pretty good stockpile of the sitcom songs that I was like, ooh, but.
Yeah, after I was thinking about that with Save the Bell.
Spend your time and
I don't want to steal your thunder, but I'm going to do those too. So.
Well, it's we can collabo as long as I get like a featuring. Oh, geez, Paul.
Oh wow, they do look similar. Wait, Capture, when did you do that? Is that on his page?
No, I haven't given it to him yet.
Oh wait, I can't put it up, right? You better.
Oh,
that's awesome. How long did that take?
Dude, that's awesome.
You saw what I did with the Daria thing, right? Or that was probably
man.
What? Put him in a body bag. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why the original will always be.
Because you're the best. You're the best.
That's a good one to do, Daniel. Do that one.
Wait, is he on there? Wait, hold on.
You didn't see him?
Yeah, there we go. Capturing the moment. I want all this too.
Oh, that is awesome.
I was like, don't do that. They're mine.
I love
Still.
Would you be mad if I post them and I add some letter text to them?
I don't know. I don't know. If
don't steal the. Come on. Plans.
Yeah,
he worked on it.
Steal my fire.
Steal your thunder. Like we still Kent Bam's thunder, but we all put on the Harry Potter glasses. We all look like him. Do that.
I did.
He's like, oh, I think they modeled it after me. I'm like, yeah, sure they did. Sure they did, Kent Fan. You guys saw the picture of Kent Fan and Pearl Lombardo's breasts squeezing them and shit?
No. I've been like out of it for like a week and a half.
Yeah, someone sent me the picture. I don't know, but like literally, it's him buried in her breast and like his hands on her breast squeezing it. In the picture.
No, I didn't see that.
I wonder if they're trolling him, poor bastard.
Ferrari.
Yeah, but I put a couple of other, like I put some Ryan, Heather, and Daria covers in there too, so in case you get bored of me. Some Rebecca Pearls in there. I'm sure they love, they love me on the same page as me.
No.
Oh yeah, you did the song from Billy Madison.
Uh-huh. There's a
That
lot of
was a
shit.
good one. That was a good one.
That one I can get away with.
I got 6 minutes left. If I disappear, it's because my battery.
Don't waste it on me singing girl parts.
Yeah, invite the public, Matthew.
So, yeah.
Uh-oh.
You can't.
What? Man, in the back of a cab. Hashtag dead.
You're right.
You can't invite the public?
I can invite circles and extended circles.
Do that.
Oh, that's
see what
great.
happens.
What are you looking
Oh,
at?
I should invite my... Oh.
Yeah, but I'd say if I invite your circle, extended circles, well, we're live. I was gonna say X was gonna come in here, but X is probably watching. X, Y, and Z, and they're just gonna the hell out of us. What? You want me to do it? No, because then what's gonna happen if they come in? They got music playing. And I gotta mute them.
Yeah, don't do it. It's like playing with fire.
I'll do Hangout Buddies. It can't be that bad.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to somebody today that they do a weekly thing with the local bureau, Better Business Bureau, and they normally do it public, and today it was just like a horror show. And they're like, "What happened?" I'm like, "Well, they created this page which made it really easy for people to find Hangouts, even if they don't know what's going on in those Hangouts."
Have you guys ever been in a Hangout where like it's either like just a few of you or two of you, whatever, and you're looking at the chat and the chat like blinks or something, and it's like someone was invisible and they left? I don't know if that's real or not. Who I need to invite? Kevin Hill?
I don't know.
Yeah,
You may want to link to it. It'll
friend.
make
He
it
just sent me a
easier.
message and
He wants
trying to
be-
get him
he's
more
watching
involved.
it?
Yeah, he should be.
Kevin Hill, does he have... There's a couple of Kevin Hills.
Yeah, just link to them.
There's like 50 million. There's like
All right,
10 of them.
I got
like,
T-minus 1 minute, so I'm gonna back out before this goes.
Alright, well, enjoy. I hope you enjoy all the
Later,
Tearing to the
Daniel.
Legends.
I hope
Enjoy.
to see you guys, but Paul, for some reason, I know before your travels, have a good time.
Adios.
We'll
Thanks
catch
for coming in here.
you soon. Good night.
Daniel Fontaine.
Right.
It's not my fault the
Bye,
Rappaport
Rodney.
cut
Good
you
to meet you.
off.
Matthew.
Paul, you had no idea. You never even saw those in the stream?
No, I
They're
never
random.
saw those.
He's
When
like,
did you start posting them?
I was doing them during the day, like randomly, and here and there, and then I was like, I made a page for it
Wait,
together.
so it was just all today?
No way. Check out the. No, they're all. Let's see. Let's see this one. They're all reshares because I did them.
I never saw those.
You might have seen some. I don't know. The very first one I did, I think, was like a Dylan one. April 3rd. April 3rd was the first one. So that's when I made the page, though. So I probably started the like 3rd or 4th week in March.
Of what?
I probably did the first music thing at the end of March.
Okay, Legends?
You know?
I just Miyagi'd a little fly
Nice.
with my chopstick fingers.
You made a sound effect that I like. That's like the Lipton Tea commercial. That's what I just thought of.
Actually,
Yeah.
Miyagi never could do it, could he? It was Danielson that was wonderful.
Well, no, he must have done it at some point, no?
Before he got all fat.
What are you talking about? What's with the fat?
Just joking.
Wait, I thought Miyagi was never like. Well, I guess did he get really crazy fat? Because he was.
No, he never did. I'm just bringing back the other conversation.
I gotta roll it on back. See what I did there. Rolling. Whatever. It's all good.
I got a
I'm
new
not-
camera. Want to see my new
Yeah,
camera?
show us. Yes. Is it a toy camera? Is that for your kids?
Yeah.
You stole your kid's camera?
Yep.
You bastards. You must be real proud of yourself.
Has a safety neck strap so you don't choke.
Oh, choking is bad.
Never know when that'll come in handy.
Yeah, no one else. All right, whatever. Should I? No one came in. I'll do it. It's a mistake. I'm still gonna regret doing this. Here we go. Come on, come all to a happening show. It's a hangout, Conversations Plus. You know you want to be here and talk to us. We'll have good times. Da da da. We'll talk about art and.
Turn off the 18 plus too.
You can't turn it off. Why, you want to offer them a little present, a little camera?
Let's have all the 12-year-olds come in.
Oh, see, look, I invited the world and no one wants it.
Well, some people don't have good enough internet.
That is true.
Maybe that's it.
Who will be the first?
I'm actually surprised that I'm hanging out. My thing usually never works when I'm home. So, I should probably go to bed.
Bed? Oh, wow, it's 10 after 1. I thought it... Wow, time flies when you're...
It's late, huh?
Well, technically it's still kind of more late. Rodney already said goodnight to me on Facebook. Or on Google+. Or on both. I see it on Facebook.
That's a different Rodney.
That's the other Rodney. That's
Facebook Rodney's not the same.
I say that when I don't want any more email.
Email or G-Talks. Any of it. Jose Castillo, go circle him. That's who Fontaine knows. Circle him. That's why I circle. Who's here? It's Cliff Robb. Oh my God! I just had to invite everybody.
Boy.
Oh, there he is. Rodney Pike's arch nemesis. Sweet. Yay.
Nemesis.
Actually,
well,
didn't you know, Cliff?
I was trying all day to get back on Cliff's caricature today, and I never got to it. I never got around the email.
That's alright. Yours has been bumped down the stack, too.
Missions
I got it first.
I'm gonna try to get it done this weekend.
I bought Cliff's next 200 drawings, so you're 201.
Wait a sec. Oh, this is off air. I don't have any witnesses to that. Damn it.
Are you being sarcastic?
It's off air.
Doesn't mean we are.
Wait, are you saying Google's lying to me?
I'm not saying that exactly, but
well,
yes.
We are on air still.
It says
Walter said he bought 200 drawings.
So we're on air.
Wait a second. He didn't say a price, damn it.
Uh-oh. Why are you watching us on air?
200 drawings at 1 cent a pop.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah. I want my $2!
Wait, it's weird.
I didn't see any players pop up in the stream or anything. I just saw the Hangout request. And it clearly says off air on the Hangout itself.
Hi, Sheila.
For this Hangout, you're off air.
Hey,
although I did have to still click the thingy to get in here to agree to it.
Hello, I guess your show is done, huh?
Yeah, overtime, sure.
Hmm?
Hey, Karen. Hey, Sheila.
Hi, Cliff.
How are you?
Good.
Hello.
Hi, Karen.
Hi.
Anybody want to see a fun video?
Ooh. What's it up?
My son
Ooh.
posted in the chat. I'm going to have to get him singing when he's not doing karaoke, though.
That's weird.
Yeah, we did that tonight, so it was fun.
Which one is he?
The tall guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the one that will go, thank you very much.
I have the echo going, which is really cool because I'm playing it, so I hear like the hangout, and then I hear, there it goes.
Huh?
Yeah. For some reason, the person showing on the main screen, it's not the person I have clicked.
Oh, what?
Maybe it's because I disconnected. That's a bug. Oh, that's annoying.
The show is ruined. Goodbye.
Ruined!
Diddle-doo.
1.21 ruined gigawatts. Show. What do you mean error? Don't give me an error. Won't let me comment.
What was your show?
I can see your shoe, Matthew.
What's your point, Vanessa? Was Scott Detweiler, photographer, conceptual portrait,
Oh, yeah.
and Jason Joseph. And next week I got Mike Searle. The week after that I got Gene Ellen, and the week after that Matt Gibson, and maybe I might have a special community manager show. Would you like to see that?
Uh-oh.
I will have possibly all four, Catherine, Nellie, Toby, and Brian, all here on my couch.
What about Carter?
Cool.
Wow.
Gotta get Carter, too.
I said the community managers.
He's like...
Yeah, these guys paying you, or you paying them?
Or neither.
Are you gonna get your 2 cents per video?
2 cents.
Monetize when monetize your videos somehow.
I'm gonna get 10 cents. What's with the 2 cents? Why do you gotta be so pessimistic? Ridiculous. You know what I find interesting? I went your circle and extended circles, and I actually got people in here I knew. I didn't get random people, so what are the chances?
Yeah. I guess I have to post a lot of videos just to get 2 cents. Huh?
I don't know. Don't make fun of me, make fun of the person that created the system.
And I'm making fun of you.
Quit making fun of me! You're gonna die, Clown! Adam Sandler doesn't watch, does he? Hey, Gabriel Guzman, it's been like months since he hung out. Oh my god, Gabriel Guzman got a haircut and started hanging out again.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Oh my god, you got some did you wet your hair or gel your hair for our show? That's awesome.
Yes, I just got a haircut, and I was like, I'm gonna be in Matthew's show, so I'm gonna get a haircut. You know, I'm gonna get that.
Oh my gosh!
Trimmed. Yeah.
Even did the manscaping.
I'm seeing. Oh my gosh, Paul!
I didn't
draw something. That's good artwork. Do you draw something?
I didn't do that.
I know, but you don't. Yeah, that's just crazy. Oh, well, you know, what can you say? I would have just said, I would just wrote it out, calling Houston. Yeah.
So it's weird that, I guess that's a bug. Is it a known bug? I don't know.
I don't know.
So
My
Gabriel,
been acting weird for like the last.
Yeah, what's up, Matt?
Redid the UI. Like right now, when that beginning screen you go to where you're supposed to check your hair and check your mic and all that, it's all blank. I don't see anything there.
Oh, because they're changing it.
And if I go to my settings, there's nothing there. I can't change any of my camera settings or anything because it just says it doesn't read anything. All blank.
Alright, I'm going to have to go to bed now and log
Good
off.
night.
Bye.
That order.
See you soon. You got a big birthday celebration.
I'll see you guys later, too.
Paul.
Bye.
Mickey Mouse
I gotta go earn my
hands.
Good
Paul, can you draw?
night.
Paul, just while you're gone, draw me a big
Yeah,
ass Mickey Mouse hand and put my name on it. Rappa,
Yeah,
Rappa,
okay.
Thanks.
Rappaport.
Rappa, whatever. Make it good.
Whatever that L means.
That means
Rappaport.
lovely.
Lovely.
Rappa fart. Yeah, there you go, Jen.
Mickey Mouse hands with your name on it?
Not my name, just something that's funny with Mickey Mouse hands at me. Draw my face on a Mickey Mouse hand. There you go.
Want some ears? We'll get you some.
Oh, and let me be drinking some beers. Drinking beers.
Mickey Mouse hand goodbye.
Mhm.
So Gabriel, how have you been? It's been so long since you've been here.
Oh yeah, man, school happens. So I mean, I pretty much sometimes I just get up to the day and like I just pass out because like I'm taking some of the upper level classes like organic chemistry, calculus 3.
Oh, your
2.
brain's not fried yet?
Yeah. I literally sometimes go home and just pass out. So what about you, Matt? What's up?
I don't know. I'm just posting a show since 8 p.m. So what is that? I'm going on 5:20 of live. I'm 5 hours and 20 minutes alive, baby. You don't get better than that. That's what other TV show has 5 hours and 20 minutes. You see, not money. Even the Today Show is only what, like 4 hours. Right?
Pretty much. Yep.
So I'm killing it. Killing it. This is like overtime. All my guests. And just a hangout. See, if you're watching Conversations Plus, if you fast forward it to get to the end, good job. You're still on it. We're still going. Because Cliff Roth is here. Cliff Roth is going to draw everybody, not even one time, because we don't want him to. We want him to just be tall. You know, Cliff is actually Cliff Longfellow, because he's a tall son of a gun.
Yeah, I'm so jealous of Cliff. All I can draw is freaking birds. That's all I can draw. I can't
You
draw
like
people.
a bird, you only fly away.
It's pretty interesting that you should say that's all you can draw, because that's actually what I'm drawing right now, a bird.
Can we see? Can we see? Can we see?
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, hold on.
Give us a bird's eye view. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I can draw something.
That's nice. That's actually like
Oh,
that's speed.
that looks. Is that a phoenix?
It is.
Oh, I'm so
Like
good.
Rise of the Phoenix.
The bird. It's called a phoenix.
Yes. I was referencing the.
Oh, well,
X-Men character.
maybe they migrated from Phoenix, Arizona.
That's possible. Although I hear that used to be the murder capital of the world, so it must get out.
I don't know why they call it the Phoenix. Don't
Wait,
know.
but I thought Washington D.C. was a murder capital of the world.
I thought it was Baltimore, where I'm from.
Gee, now I'm thinking it's Utah. We've been having our share of murders here, too.
On that up note.
Yeah, I just have to report a bug, but maybe people can talk a little bit about what their experiences in new Google Plus, or something else that's not related to Google Plus at all. Their life, like, what did you have for lunch today? That's what everyone wants to know.
What did I have for lunch today?
Quesadillas.
Nothing, not much. I was too engrossed into here. Then I ate a bag of chips and a can of Diet Pepsi on the way to work. I really do need to eat better. Okay, this yawning has got to stop. So I'm going to bid you guys adieu, and Rodney looks like he's falling asleep.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
Right behind you.
yeah. You're
Good
nodding
night.
off, yeah.
Good night, Rodney and Sheila. Enjoy.
Good night.
Thank you for being here, part of this.
Well,
Good to see ya.
for a little bit. Yeah, okay.
Hey,
Good
you're
night.
still a part of it. Good night.
Good night.
Hi. See ya. Let's see who's green screen now.
And then there were 4.
This is all broken. Now it's white screen.
Hmm.
You guys see here? Click on the YouTube link, but make sure you mute yourself before you do, because then we'll get feedback.
Sure, hold on.
And then you'll see that Tell me if you don't see white. The person with the green box is white.
Hey Matt, it was nice talking to you. I'll be right, I'm gonna go to Chris's hangout.
Chris,
He keeps Lyra.
Okay. Tell him to say hi.
Yeah, all right. It was nice talking to you, man. We need to do this again.
We do. Look, Nita's up. She was. Well, I've been hanging out too long because she was going to bed last time. Wow, it was 1 a.m. when last time I talked to her, and her and Nia when she was going to hang out with us. Now it's 1 a.m. here. You see just white space, right? So they took the white space on Google Plus and they put it on my video. What?
All right. See you later, man. Bye.
Bye, GG. Thanks for shaving.
Yep.
And then there were 3. And you know what's also weird? The way they have the film strip now, almost the size of the box, we're not like, the 3 of us are not evenly centered below the film strip anymore on my, do you guys have that too? Like if you blow up the screen and the 3 boxes even up directly in the center, or they're over more?
Wait, what? Oh, the 3 boxes? Yeah, they're not centered.
Yeah, is that weird?
It's almost like it still thinks there's somebody over there. Maybe that's whose blue box, the mysterious white space.
Yeah, maybe it's the broadcasting service. This white box.
White space.
I love their white space.
Well, I'm thinking that I will. I guess I'm gonna end on that note. I think I will end the Conversations Plus since it's been going for like 2 hours and 25 minutes or something. Thanks for watching through all that last part. Hopefully you didn't get some Z's, and I can start another hangout off air.
Cool.
All right. Good night, Cliff. Karen, thanks for being here. Thanks to my guest Scott Detweiler. Check him out, and Jason Joseph, and everybody else that was here. There was big artist photography Conversations Plus, which you caught at the beginning. And the cool thing is that this is going to end, and then 20, 30 minutes tops, it'll be back on Google Plus. You'll hit play. If you hit play, maybe you think that you watch this whole thing live. I might actually still be up or sleeping by the time this is over. I don't know which. Probably sleeping. I will be and plug. I'll be on Billy Wilson Show tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. There's going to be a bunch of other people there, and I don't know what will happen, but I will be talkative, I think. Cliff will. Hey, Cliff. Instead of, can you put up like a picture that I can have as the last shot?
A picture? What kind of picture would you like, sir?
I would like one that doesn't suck.
Oh, you need somebody else's artwork.
I would like one that's pretty. Do you have? What's your latest picture of someone we know that's newer that we haven't seen? You mind?
Ooh, one that I could actually show you.
Wow. Oh, why? That's secret.
Yeah, my latest one is somebody you actually know you can't see.
Is it someone I know?
Yes, it is somebody you can't.
Is it someone?
Because they don't know about it.
Oh. Is it someone I like?
I do not pretend to know who you like and dislike, so I couldn't answer that question.
I like everybody.
Well, then it's obviously somebody you like now, isn't it? If you like everybody,
you can't follow.
You don't like.
You think everything I say is straightforward, Cliff Rock. You don't know me. Man. All right.
All right, let's see.
I like everyone. And that's why someone invented showers. That's what I'm going to say to that.
Alright, suppose we can go with this one.
If you're still watching, which is commendable, tell me what the real difference is between the hair on Mike Searle's face, Cliff Rock's face, Tim Curry's face, and Aaron Wood's face. They all are hairy artists. It's Tim Jones. I think I did see that. There he is. Now, explain to me why he wanted his hands to be clasped together like he's going to steal all our money.
Because it just seemed to fit right. I don't know, because the original picture that it was based off of, he was actually, it was only one arm there, or one hand there, and he had like a jacket over his shoulder or something. I didn't really care for the way that looked. So, using the hand in a similar position, it just looked like he should be like rubbing his hands together menacingly. I don't know. There was no specific reason.
Did he even comment? I don't see a comment. Did he comment on it?
What?
Did he respond to it?
Oh yeah, he responded to posted it, and then he ended up. I think he accidentally deleted his account and created a new one.
Oh, Google Plus. But he accidentally deleted your artwork.
Oh no, he deleted his whole account. But that was afterwards. Had nothing to do with it. It wasn't related.
Interesting. Cool. So there it is. And I realized that the white screen doesn't even work, so we can't even go on that. So if you're watching, you have to look at a little film strip because the white screen is taking over. But Tim Jones, there it is. All right, Conversations Plus. Join us next week. Our guest will be the aforementioned Mike Searle. Maybe Cliff Raw if you want to be our drop-in guest. Maybe we'll have all the people with hair on their face. Byron Ripple used to be part of that club, but as you all know, he sent me his beard in a plastic bag.
I haven't actually seen him since he's been beardless.
Yeah.
I have no idea what he looks like without a beard.
He looks a little
I think it'd be a little traumatizing, like seeing Santa without a beard.
No, because he kind of looks like, he looks a little more normal, if you can call that. But he's cool. There's more of Cliffy Ruffy's work.
Sure.
And, what's that?
Mental note, don't click over to Snatchly. Don't click over to Snatchly.
Don't click over to Snatchly. That would be bad. I would have to end the broadcast so quick.
I'm just kidding.
For those of you that don't know what Snatchly is, there's a reason for that. But check out youtube.com/Hangout Conversations because there's Cliff Roth's episode. We go in depth, and he draws me
terribly. It was a horrible, horrible job. Looks nothing like him. It's crap. I gotta do a better one.
You probably could do better, but
I could definitely do better. That one was
you made me look a little less than I am. I get it.
No, that was horrible. In fact, historically speaking, most of the ones I do during interviews, for the most part, come out like crap. There are some better ones out there that I've done during interviews, but most of them, like yours,
which one do you think is your best one, Daria?
McDermott's looks like crap. No, not that one either. No.
Which one is your favorite? Show us your favorite before we go. Which one do you want to represent you in your work of speed painting for now?
Let's see, my favorite. Well, see, my favorite one didn't take only 15 to 20 minutes. My favorite one took about an hour. But
I am not the Guinness Art Book World Record Police. You can show it. So what you're saying is maybe instead of speed painting, you should call it. You should do a better job and call it semi-rapid pacing.
Oh, as long as it's still within under an hour, it's still a speed painting.
You set your own limits. Never all frozen.
I like the one I did of Ken Pham. That one's pretty cool. That one was about 20 minutes. Here, let me screen share.
Ken Pham. Now, in fairness, he I mean, it looks like Ken Pham for those of you that know him, but he looks a little like he might be African American and not Chinese or Asian. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Maybe the hair looks a little Kid and Play like.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It's cool though.
Oh, it's gotta be.
There's your list of people. Oh, Lucas isn't bad.
I'm gonna have to.
I like that.
Speed paintings go.
I can't tell you how many people have worn that hat and continue to wear that hat.
No, I was not one of the anointed ones.
I wore it for a second.
But yeah, as far as speed paintings go, this is probably the best one.
You're telling me your best speed painting is of the thanks. No, I had no problem with Super Dave except for that one time. Thank you. All right, cool. Thank you, Cliff Roth, and everyone watching. Oh, what's the one of someone eating? What's that? Taking the hot dog.
I'm not sure which one you're looking at. Oh, this one?
Well, yeah, that one with the hoagie or something.
Hoagie?
Oh, yeah. He wanted me to do one of him eating.
Who is that?
Let's see. His name is
Cool.
Sirhan.
Who?
Sirhan. I'm not sure how exactly you pronounce it.
I don't know Sirhan.
Sirhan.
Sirhan looks like he got some ketchup on his fingers.
Yeah, that was ridiculously fast.
What's the kissing one? Who's kissing?
Ooh, that's
Oh,
Gen
that's sweet. Yeah.
That's Gen X. I really like how this one came.
Who is she kissing?
I think it's her husband now. It was her fiance at the time. I think they actually did marry.
I will say,
Not her dad.
Well, I will say I enjoy that they're kissing. I enjoy the picture. And this isn't a criticism of you, but it looks a little bit like they're sucking like each other's cheeks more than kissing. Maybe that's what kissing is nowadays. The kids there.
Kiss today.
Kids today. Was it a movie or TV show where like some evil person's power was to like kiss men and like suck them?
Yeah, that's X-Men.
X-Men does that, right? Okay.
Yeah. Don't ask me which girl did it, but...
Steve King?
Rogue, it was just touch in general.
Rogue.
But in the movie that she's introduced, she kisses her boyfriend, and that's how she finds out she has that power, because she really kills him.
The sound looks like it's Jesus good.
Which one?
The sound looks possibly good.
Oh yeah, yours came out pretty good. Yours, however, it's kind of on the weaker side there. Sorry.
Well, it took you can click on it. Yeah, mine looks like I got hit in the face a few times.
It does.
I got hit in the face. I got a black eye. It looks like I have dirt and sparkles. Looks like I haven't washed my face or it's like crusty. That's fine. You got the hair good. The hair is hair. Probably. The hair is good. The shirt
Super
is
glitter all over.
Glitter. Let's see if I can. I can't even do that
like
pose.
really pasty makeup under shiny lights.
That's what I look like when I go out, but not for hanging out.
That's how he supports this all. A boy's got to do what a boy's got to do.
That's true.
Oh, that's cool.
Who is Jason Von Gunster?
He's the one I know from the World Artist Network.
Hey, kids! Remember me? I am Jason Von Gumster, and you're watching Conversations Plus. Isn't it fun? Wasn't it supposed to be over? Why is it still on? I think everyone should have a good night. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Mwah.